You're live, neighbor.
Well, here I am. Good evening to my friends over there on YouTube. How you doing? I gave a little problem on TikTok before I joined you, but it wasn't something that you couldn't hear. Well, great night to you. We go with you until 9 o'clock tonight, and we're going to be happy to share the program with you. If you're here on TikTok, well, thank you for joining us too. Please send us all the gifts you can tonight, all the roses. And of course, if you want to contribute to the projects here we have going on the Politics Plus network, the Zelle account is 954-635-8732. That's 954-635-8732. There's a lot to cover tonight, and let's go right into it. And let us begin with um, the People's National Party Women's Movement wants the Prime Minister to clarify judge or maker comment. So the Women's Movement of the People's National Party, they want the Prime Minister to clarify his comment about judge or maker. So what the Prime Minister is alleged to have said is that you are either going to meet the judge. My interpretation in that you put away your illegal guns, turn them in, give up yourself, and or when confronted with the police or by the police, it may end in your unaliving. And if it ends in your unaliving, you meet your maker. It's not a bad thing to meet your maker, you know. I mean, is it bad to meet your maker? And you know, the Apostle Paul said that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So it's not a bad thing to meet your maker. What is the PNP? What the PNP Women's Movement? What's wrong with it? You don't have anything to do. Anyway, President of the People's National Party, PNP Women's Movement, Patricia Duncan Sutherland, has written to Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness urging him to clarify. So the Prime Minister is to clarify his judge or maker statement. Now, can I ask anyone in the chat? You don't understand that? Miss Duncan Sutherland, you don't understand what that means. You're wasting the Prime Minister time. Move with your foolishness, Miss Duncan Sutherland. Go ahead. Eyeglass. You don't understand when the Prime Minister said, you meet the judge or meet the maker. What is in that to clarify? Huh? What is in that to clarify? Uno dance or what? Is it that uno what? Is trouble not? You're trying to make, you're stirring up problems here, man? Because I understand what that means. And I am sure that all persons listening to this program understands precisely what that means. And if you don't understand what it means, Miss Duncan Sutherland, let me tell you what it means. It means that if you are antithetical to the provisions of law and order, if you won't behave yourself, if you challenge the state, if you fire at the police, if you are causing mayhem in the society, graping and committing criminal activities, you are to be put in the grave. That's what it means. that we will bury you. And when you meet your maker, the maker will make sure that you spend more time with Satan down a hell. Because you can't cause problem on earth. And when you meet your maker, you cause problem. Because you think it's a problem there, so go meet your maker and you will see. It better you meet this a judge. It better you meet one of the judges at the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal than to meet your maker. You hear that? Because judgment no easy. That's what it means. Simple and clear. It appears as if the women's movement is seeking to create undue problems. Ms. Duncan Sutherland, you think the Prime Minister have time to waste? I hope the Prime Minister don't respond to this pure nonsense, you know. You see the Prime Minister have country for bill. The Prime Minister is working on NARA. The Prime Minister have to be dealing with so many things to go sit down and respond to PNP women's movement. She says this follows the killing of 43-year-old Latoya Bujo, a female taxi operator in Granville, St. James on Sunday. She was shot and killed by a policeman. Here is a report from Nationwide.
If as the leader of the country you make a statement like that, and you didn't make it once, but I could have found at least 3 times where he made it to 3 different audiences. How are our members of our police force interpreting that statement? How are they?
So Ms. Duncan Sutherland is suggesting that the statement made by the Prime Minister could be misinterpreted by the policemen. That means Mrs. Duncan Sutherland don't respect the men and women of the police force. She take them for idiot. How could they misrepresent what the Prime Minister said? And Ms. Duncan Sutherland has gone further, because she is calling for clarity in light of the death of Bujo, which means that it could be reasonably implied that Mrs. Sutherland is suggesting that the policeman who carried out that act may have done so because of what the Prime Minister said. That no rubbish, man. That no rubbish. She says that the Prime Minister has acknowledged receipt of the letter from the PNP's women's movement. So the Prime Minister acknowledged the letter. Prime Minister, why are you acknowledging that letter? Why are you acknowledging Duncan Sutherland letter, Prime Minister? Why? Why is the Prime Minister wasting his time with this foolishness, man? PNP women's movement are right, Prime Minister is acknowledging. Just give your staff the letter, sir. Then throw it in the garbage bin. Move on to other serious matters. You hear, sir? Let's not even spend much time on this crap from the PNP's women's movement.
Asking everyone to repost the live, please.
No. Mark Shields.
Now I look at the UK.
Mark Shields, the husband of talk show host and lawyer Emily Crooks Shields. You remember Mark Shields came from Scotland Yard. And when Mark Shields came to Jamaica as I think a deputy commissioner, I remember one of the first communities Mark Shields visited was Bryden Street in Dunkirk. And the experience of Mr. Shields was nothing that he had experienced before. Somehow, Mr. Mark Shields found love in Jamaica and got married to Emily Crooks. Emily Crooks is a very well respected talk show host down at RGR. Listen to Mr. Mark Shields. Listen to Mr. Mark Shields.
And I think we should be a bit more like Jamaica. In the meantime, Jamaica 20 years ago, massive debt against GDP, political instability. It was on the verge of bankruptcy. The IMF came in, that's the International Monetary Fund came in, and they marshaled the economy back to where it is. They have gone through a course of creating financial stability, which has enabled things like the police to buy all this extra kit they've now got to protect the island. And now I look at the UK and I think we should be a bit more like Jamaica. And in fact, the way the
20 years ago, when Mark Shields came to Jamaica, Mark Shields is saying, he said then that Jamaica should be like the UK. Listen to Mr. Mark Shields. One of Jamaica's problem is that this country is full of hypocrites. The country full of hypocrites. Too many people in Jamaica know the truth and don't speak the truth. And I thank Mr. Mark Shields for this. Because Mr. Shields is saying, in the political, the man is from the United Kingdom. And listen to him. Listen to Mr. Mark Shields.
economy has been developed, I think, has been commended by the IMF and by others in terms of how they've turned the economy around. So there are lots of good things here that have happened. I'm not particularly JLP or PNP. I just look at the last 10 years and say objectively, things have definitely got better. Crime.
I have looked at the last 10 years and I have said things have got better. I have looked at the last 10 years and things have got better. That is from Mr. Mark Shields, husband of Emily Crooks. You know, I wonder if this is AI. I wonder if it's AI. Moderator, producer, check if it's AI for me now, because I cannot believe my ears. Mark Shields said, I have looked at the last 10 years and things have gotten better. You hear that, Mr. Golding? You hear that? And all of you civil society groups and all of the hypocrites in Jamaica, you hear that? Put it in your pipe and smoke it. You may not like it, but I challenge you to come up here and challenge it. Is there one person in the opposition that could come upon this program and tell me and the listeners that Mr. Mark Shields is talking nonsense? Can you do it? Can you do it, Mr. Ingram? Can you do it, Mr. Perry? Caution, can you do it? Andre Stevens, can you do it? Can you do it? Is there any member of the opposition People's National Party, Nikisha Burchell, can you do it? Dayton Campbell, can you do it? Can you come up here and tell Mr. Shields that he's talking nonsense? That things have not gotten better in Jamaica? And if you can't, then shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You know, I can't stay on this program too long. It will spoil me. I was about to say, shut me up. I can't believe that a word. You know, I was going to say that, you know, he's a you know, I can't stay on this program for too long. I'm going to get into trouble. Shut the blank up. You can't challenge it. And if things have gotten better, voice of Satan, could you challenge it? Who should the credit go to? Yes, it's Mark Golding has been running the country for the last 10 years. So give him the credit now. You see how no absurd? You see how no absurd? You all spread out on the you all spread out on the media every day, talking bull crap, misleading the people of Jamaica, sowing poison in Jamaican people's head. And here we have a British man. I soon get to the British man in Parliament. Here we have a man from Britain telling Jamaicans that he's not PNP, he's not Jamaican, he's not JLP, and he is telling Jamaica that things have gotten better. Miss Duncan Sutherland, you don't have nothing to do, ma'am. You lost against Pernell Charles over in Clarendon. Your run go up. 2 times you lose down there. You now run go up in Kingston against Miss Favour Williams. Favour beat you. Why don't you go into political retirement now? You lose 3 elections and you're not relevant anymore, ma'am. Listen to Mr. Mark Shields.
It's been reduced. More money is available for the crime has been reduced. More
crime has been reduced.
Money is available for the poorer people in society. We're nowhere near where the UK is in terms of that, but things are better. So I'd rather be here at the moment than I would in Iran.
I would rather be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom. My God. Mark Shield is saying, Mark Shield, would rather be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom. Remember, you know, the UK colonized Jamaica. And Mark Shield is saying, I would rather to be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom. My God, I lift my hat to the administration of Andrew Holness. You cannot, when you say truth, man, come on, man, don't be a hypocrite tonight. Is Mr. Mark Shields speaking the truth? Or is it Emily Shields? Well, Mark Shields said, I would rather be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom. We should play it again, Play Mr. Shields again. Hello, Mr. Shields.
We should be a bit more like Jamaica. In the meantime, Jamaica 20 years ago, massive debt against GDP, political instability. It was on the verge of bankruptcy. The IMF came in, that's the International Monetary Fund came in, and they marshaled the economy back to where it is. They have gone through a course of creating financial stability, which has enabled things like the police to buy all this extra kit they've now got to protect the island. And now I look at the UK and I think we should be a bit more like Jamaica. And in fact, the way the economy has been developed, I think, has been commended by the IMF and by others in terms of how they've turned the economy around. So there are lots of good things here that have happened. I'm not particularly JLP or PNP. I just look at the last 10 years and say objectively, things have definitely got better. Crime has been reduced. More money is available for the poorer people in society. We're nowhere near where the UK is in terms of that, but things are better. So I'd rather be here at the moment than I would in the United Kingdom. Now I look.
Things are better. And I would rather be here in Jamaica. Not with Emily. As sweet as Emily is. And she is sweet. She's a sweet girl. But her husband, who was recruited to Jamaica to help fight crime, is now saying that he would rather be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom. What an endorsement of the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness. What an endorsement of the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness. I think that every Labour Party supporter tonight and every supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party should be damn proud. Proud of yourself and proud of your party. Mark Shields said that.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember us, the man, say we serve you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell.
Every Labour right, show up. Every Labour right, show up tournament. Show up. Show the Labour right them, man. That's it hard. Show the Labour right them, man. Show the Labour right them, man. Play it again. Play it again. Show the Labour right them, man. My God. Mark Shields said, Jamaica, in the rather be a show the Labour right them, man.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song.
Show the Labour right them, man.
Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember us, the man, say we serve you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell.
Show the Labour right them, man. Show the Labour right them, man. You know, if I wasn't on YouTube, I'd have drops on tune, you see? If I wasn't on YouTube. YouTube, put me back up on the YouTube there. YouTube, put me up on the YouTube. I would have mashed up the place with tune. Because seriously, guys, if you should be a proud Labourite, you should be a proud Labourite tonight that a man can come from the United Kingdom and he's here in Jamaica for 20 years and he said, I'd rather stay in Jamaica. You know, there is a report out that many Jamaicans want to leave. Full report. Full report that. No go so. Jamaicans don't want to leave, go nowhere. No go so. Lie them a tell. Jamaicans want to come back home and them yard. Nowhere no better than yard. Yes? Nowhere no better than yard. A nonsense report them a put out. But Jamaicans want to leave and go. No go so. Rubbish. Right? Jamaicans abroad want to come back home. Right now, I can go in my backyard, go pick 2 ackee, 2 June plum, 2 East Indian mango. Mango round it? Yes. What else round it? Pumpkin. Cho-cho. Yes. Can take $2,000 and go down a Coronation Market tomorrow and buy $80 a pound for scallion. $80. Tomato, $200 a pound. Once somebody called me from Mandeville today. Irish potato down in Mandeville I sell for $100 a pound. Sweet potato, $100 a pound. You can get sweet potato for $100 a pound. $1 is 160. 160. So you could have get 2 pounds of Irish a Mandeville last night for $200. 2 pounds Irish potato. And you can get 2 pounds of sweet potato for $200. So work with me. $1,000 you go and market with. You buy 2 pounds Irish, 2 pounds of sweet potato, pound of scallion and thyme, pound of cabbage, 2 pounds of cabbage for $200. You still have $300 left, you know. You can buy 2 pounds of carrot, that's $70 a pound for carrot. And when you're done with that, you buy onion, pepper. Yeah? Shower the labor right them, man. Shower the labor right them. Big them up. Fact of the matter is that you don't have to be a hypocrite. And I'm not here speaking anything that is a lie, you know, because if a lie, me I tell, come up, come tell me say a lie. Come up if you're bad. Come tell me, say, no, sir, Jamaica no improve. Go ahead. Because you can't do it. See, Mr. Evangelist, I say, shower the labor right them, man. Big up, Labour. Labour Party, big up Jamaica. Labour Party, big up Jamaica. He said the comrades are mad out. Comrades are not mad out. We're not mad yet. We're not doing mad yet. We are getting headache over here, you know. Hello, neighbor, show give them headache. Oh, shower the labor right them, man.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember us the man, say we serve you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell.
Mr. Siagan, our Prime Minister, and his wife who have not yet arrived. Members of the Diplomatic Corps. Why you say so hardly? Because we have restored the economy and we have put it on a firm path of growth and job creation. Our workers now, everyone earning less than $1.5 million a year don't pay no income taxes now under the Jamaica Labour Party. When you look around the place, everywhere you go, some building will go up, something will go on. You ever see so much construction that take place in a Jamaica in your life? You ever see so much road construction that take place in the corporate area, in the rural area, farm road a bill, parish council road a bill, highway a bill, Southeast Coast Highway from Morante to Port Antonio soon start, East-West Highway from Maypen to Williamsfield soon start. What a bam bam under Jamaica Labour Party.
What a bam on the Jamaica Labour Party. Giving you a little bit about Mr. Shaw, that's Manor Yard. Because Mr. Shield start this year. Go ahead, Shaw. What a bam.
Manufacturing is up. Agriculture is growing. The aluminum plant at our part is up $1 billion spent already. 1,000 people working. Another aluminum plant coming down there. Then an energy plant, 1,000 megawatts. Then after that, an aluminum smelter. Then after that, an industrial park. And then an agro-industrial park. $6 billion of investment. Thousands of people to work. Shower the labor right there, man.
There you have it. Shower the labor right there, man. Shower the labor right there, man. Can't stop them, brother. You just can't stop them. Let's move on. Let's move on. Dayton Campbell, he was in Parliament yesterday, and he put on quite a show in the Parliament yesterday, Mr. Dayton Campbell. I have to look carefully now, because you know Mr. Dayton Campbell have kind of changed up himself a little. Listen to him.
Wrap up when I have 14 minutes to go. There's the time. No, you're standing order, Mr. Speaker. Each member has 30 minutes to contribute. Each member has 30 minutes. There's the time. You can't be telling me to wrap up when I have 14 minutes on the clock. What is really going on? What is really going on? I am not here on my own behalf, you know, sir. I am here because of the privilege afforded to me by the people of Eastern Westmoreland.
Well, I'm not certain that is true. I'm not sure that is true, Mr. Campbell. I am not sure that is true. Listen to Mr. Campbell again. Listen to Mr. Show off Campbell. You know, it is true that pride comes before a fall, you know, and a haughty spirit before destruction. I would encourage Dr. Campbell to humble himself. Crystal Lee taught him a lesson. Humble yourself, Dr. Campbell. Let me go again. Listen to Dr. Campbell.
Yes, sir.
By the way, I'm a little disappointed with the response from Speaker Heroy Clark, but won't knock him too much. Heroy? Yeah, could give you a little advice there, Mr. Clark, but won't give it to you on here. Go ahead.
I am here because of the privilege afforded to me by the people of Eastern Westmoreland. And had it been for you and other members,
I am here because of the privilege afforded to me by the people of Westmoreland. Is that true? Is it true that Mr. Campbell is there because of the people in Westmoreland? Is that true? Well, on the face of it, it may appear true. What about the malignant influence of money? What about that? Was it democracy that placed Dr. Campbell in the parliament? Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence that the people of his constituency wanted him in parliament? Where is the evidence? Dr. Campbell, your statement is not factual, you know, sir. And you know it. You know it very well. But that's the difference between when you're talking to a society that is largely civic illiterate. The voter turnout was 39%. 39%, not even 40%. Which people of your constituency you're talking about? The majority of people in Dr. Campbell's constituency does not want him in parliament. I can tell you that. The majority of the people in Eastern Westmoreland do not want Dr. Campbell in parliament. Because if they did, they would have come out and vote. Let's separate emotions from facts here.
Here, I wouldn't be here. So when I come here, I'm not here to please you because you came here to campaign so that I wouldn't reach here. So I'm not here because of you. I am here despite of you. Right?
Very inappropriate. Dr. Campbell is addressing the speaker and telling the speaker, not the member of parliament for Central Westmoreland, you know, the speaker of the house, that he campaigned against him, and the speaker didn't correct that. Roy Clark, when he campaigned in Eastern Westmoreland, did so not as Speaker of the House, but as the prospective Member of Parliament for Central Westmoreland. Roy Clark is the Deputy Speaker of the House. That is the capacity he is in. Why is Dr. Campbell telling the Deputy Speaker that he was in Eastern Westmoreland campaigning? And the speaker allowed him to rant on. Dr. Campbell is out of order. And I am not sure that this is not a breach of the privileges afforded to you in Parliament. To be telling the Deputy Speaker that he campaigned against him. The Deputy Speaker did not campaign against you, Dr. Campbell. Roy Clark, candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party for Central Westmoreland, campaigned against you, as the Prime Minister did. What a piece of absurdity in the Parliament. I don't understand what is happening in our Parliament here. Too many things are happening that need to be. Look at Mr. Hines killing his teeth. Wavell Hines. You listened to Wavell Hines' sectoral presentation yesterday? What is Mr. Hines doing in the Parliament? How did he get there? Now,
Yes.
The Labour Party seem to have some supporters who I don't know what to say about them. Somebody sent me this from a Labour Party supporter.
You said you can't fix this. What happened to Buju?
Give me a second. Let me fix my speaker. Having a little technical problem.
Mark my word, you will never. You say if you can't fix this, what happened to Buju, and what happened to the Jamaican people, mark my word, you will never win another election. You will come out just like how you see I got it in there.
Well, I don't know that Labour Party supporter, but him shouldn't be a party supporter. That man is not a Labourite. That man is not a Labourite. I can't see how supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party are giving the PNP content, or is a PNP man dressed up in a Labour Party shirt. You're a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party and you are giving the PNP content. The PNP deserves no help. Let them go and figure out their own strategy. Were you giving them help? I wonder what is happening to the party supporters. I wonder what is happening to the party supporters. Let's go to
a walkout.
The walkout
By the parliamentary opposition during the sitting of the House on Tuesday. Things got heated as the opposition leader Mark Golding continued to press for the tabling of the Integrity Commission's report on the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA.
The whole purpose and objective of the Integrity Commission Act is thwarted and undermined if the work of the Integrity Commission, its investigative work culminating in its reports, are sent to Parliament and are not tabled on a timely basis. This is affecting the democracy of the country, the governance of the country, and the public have a right to see it. And we demand that it be tabled today.
Well, Mr. Golding is demanding that the FLA bill, a report, they demand that it be tabled today. Mr. Golding can make no such demand. Parliament is not operated on Mr. Golding's whim and fancies. Mr. Golding is a creature of the Parliament, as is the Prime Minister. And Mr. Golding cannot demand any bill to be tabled today. Mr. Golding does not set the agenda of Parliament. Mr. Golding may set the agenda at 89 Old Hope Road. He does not set Parliament's agenda. And Mr. Golding definitely does not set the agenda of the Jamaica Labour Party's caucus. So when Mr. Golding is demanding that the bill be tabled today, that is not on, Mr. Golding. That's not on. And that's not how you address yourself in the Parliament. You're wrong, sir. Not even the Prime Minister can demand no bill for table today. Parliament operate on processes. Before the Parliament sits, the House leader working with the opposition leader of opposition business, they sit with the staff of Parliament, yes, and they determine what will be on the agenda. And when the House leader goes to the Parliament, the House leader is executing what was agreed on the agenda. Mr. Golding can demand that it be tabled today, can demand it. If it was not on the agenda to be tabled, then it will not be tabled, Mr. Golding. Mr. Golding, this is not up at Hope Road, you know, sir, or down your yard. This is the Parliament. You must have a little bit of decorum, yes, to understand that you can't go to Parliament but demand it. I demand it to be tabled today. Demand what? Come on, Goldie. Want you? it's one to Goldie. You know, you do. And when you don't get your way, when you don't get your way, you step up and get up and step out. I tell you the truth, this is fun. This is so funny. Yes? And when you don't get your way, Mr. Goldie, you step out. You're not right. That's Colonial Goldie, I tell you. I tell you, Mr. Golding, you're a colonial man. Oh, boy. No, sir. This is so funny. Let's listen to it again.
Absolutely no suppression. There is absolutely no.
There you go. There is absolutely no suppression. No suppression is happening. And you know, I want the people listening to me to understand what is happening here. I want you to understand what is happening here. By the way, Jamlink shipping services to Jamaica, Jamlink shipping services to Jamaica, 954-9292-5695. That's Jamlink shipping services to Jamaica, 954-292-5695. That's Jamlink. They deliver containers, barrels, and pick up for shipping. Call for the best rates. Containers, barrels, shipping, pick up services. That's Jamlink shipping services. 954-292-5695. Jamlink. If you want anything shipped from the United States, then call Jamlink. Do we have a caller on YouTube? Shefreen? Do we have a call?
Yes, neighbor, we do.
Who is that? Yeah.
This is
Hello?
Ian.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you, Ian. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. It's a pleasure of mine. I've always been listening. First time having the opportunity to join you live.
Not a problem. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I must do commend you on the work you're doing along with a lot of others. And if I may name just a few, Karen, Natalie,
Caroline.
No, man. Michelle, Karen. That's Karen Cross.
Who is that?
Karen Cross, Jamaica. I think it's Royal Jamaica's up. No, is the name of her channel. And
Oh,
we
I
have
don't.
Michelle Stern.
I don't know that. I don't know her.
Yes. Oh, yeah, man. She's one who hosts. I think she's on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh,
Yeah. However, I mean, it's your platform that I'm on this evening, and
yes.
again, I
welcome.
say it's a pleasure to be
Yes.
here. And if I may just be a little bit nostalgic, your approach and your presentation remind me of the good old legendary Mutty Perkins, especially that laugh.
Really, sir? Or you mean
Yes.
you really think so?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Well, I hate to even think myself close to him. He was one of a kind. Eh?
Well, one of the things with Mutty Perkins, disagree with him, love him or hate him. I mean, he believe in what he stood for,
Yes.
and you can't take that away from him. And
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, we'd understand that his influence would have been, would have left a mark on the Jamaica landscape. And I don't know if you were a student of his during his time, but you certainly
Well,
displayed some of his.
tell you, I can tell you, I definitely was.
Yeah,
It was most listen radio, sir.
Yes, sir. It's
As a matter of
obvious
fact,
in your
I don't know
presentation.
if you know. I don't know if you know, sir, that cabinets in Jamaica would take a break to listen Mutty.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yes,
I
sir.
wouldn't doubt it.
The cabinet wouldn't meet when Mutty, because you see, Mutty brought a perspective that you never heard. I mean, irrespective of the what you heard from the other folks, Mutty would have a different take on it.
Yeah, he was in a class by himself.
He was in a class by himself.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And so back to you
By
now.
the way,
yes,
do
sir.
you believe in reincarnation, sir?
Resurrection is I believe in resurrection, not reincarnation.
Not reincarnation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was just about to say to you that maybe Mutty has reincarnated. Go ahead.
No, okay, so let me tell you one other thing what we have to understand. You know that people have impact on people, and shapes their outlook and the way they approach things in life.
You think so?
Yes, it does. It does, because I mean,
Yeah.
parents do with children. I mean, it goes right across the board. People do influence people.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we just start. So we only 1 year old. So we're hoping to build on what we have. Yeah.
Well, the more you practice is the more you become. I mean, good at
Yes.
what you do. So, yeah, man. So as I say, so back to you and the program for this evening, and a number of stuff has been said, and number of stuff can be elaborated on. And there's so much that it will take probably the whole evening, which I know you don't have. However,
Right.
the fact that Mr. Shields, somebody whom originally I would not say I would have been a fan of, because of the way my way of looking at the world and the system and how it is designed. But
Yes.
but to hear one of those who would consider from the ruling class, and when I say the ruling class, I'm talking about from the motherland, to acknowledge that for one of those who are off the plantation and has been put in leadership and has been making such a significant improvement and impact on the nation, which she, as we say, as Sister Pew say, come from the bowl of the poor, and is making such an impact not only in Jamaica but on the global scale. And now to see that he's acknowledged, and the party that he leads is making the inroad in Jamaica, to uplift and to improve the life of Jamaicans. To hear that coming from Mr. Mark Shields, I will have to give him his commendation. And what it shows, that it also put to shame those who would be expecting this to come from, and especially those who would consider from the academia of our country, especially that place that your mentor would have called the intellectual ghetto.
He got in a lot of trouble for that, sir.
But I mean, as long as you speak the truth, it is going to help a lot of people.
Yeah. But you are very correct, sir. Can you imagine Jamaica, a once colonial prize of the United Kingdom, and one of its citizens is saying that he would rather be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom at this time, sir?
Man,
Can you imagine that the gravamen of that, sir? How weighty this is.
I mean, it is beyond word, and it goes to show that whatever the present administration is doing, they must be commended because
Yes, sir. And sometimes we who are here, we are a little hard on ourselves, and we can also be a little unkind to those leading us. Look at what
mining, and there's apps.
sorry about that. Look at what is happening to Keir Starmer, sir. The United Kingdom, they would have changed about 5 prime ministers over the last 10 years or so. Yes? Look at what is happening to Keir Starmer. 2 years in government, and already there's a plot to overthrow him. Right? No, we not say that Jamaica is the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is one of the G8 nations of the world. But, sir, come on. Little Jamaica, sir. And Mark Shealy saying, I'd rather stay here. I'd rather be here now than go back home. Come on, sir. That is something that should be highlighted.
I mean, a lot of Jamaicans will not come to appreciate that sentiment shared by Mr. Golding, you know, because of the fact that they'll be looking at it from a color and a political lens. Because what I'm seeing displaying in Jamaica, and especially in our parliament, is that if the party that is in power is not the one that you agree with, even if they find the cure for cancer tomorrow in Jamaica, and it comes from the Labour Party, then the opposition will say it's not true, and they will not take it because it's not from their party. So they're having this kind of approach where if we can't rule over it, then we will tear it down, and that's the approach we're seeing. Because when you look at the attitude in Parliament, the very same person who when it says, okay, everybody talking about colonialism, let us get rid of the colonial shackles. It was put forward by Mr. P.J. Patterson under his administration. The Prime Minister Andrew Holness came in and says, okay, let us stop the talking and put action to this. They started the process. Who derailed it? The same person who is talking about colonial this and colonial that. These people are, I mean, and and I piggyback to what Mr. Shield says, a bunch of hypocrites are in Jamaica.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that is part of what is holding us back, sir. That is part of what is holding us back.
Yeah, if it's not done under the party I support, then I will not support it. I will oppose, I will obstruct. But let me tell you something that I have come to observe for over the past 10 years. The PMP is a better party in opposition than they are in government. And why do I say this?
The PNP is better in opposition.
Yes, man. They make up their better opposition. And I think there should be a policy passed in Parliament that keep the PMP in opposition probably for the next 15 years. At that point,
want it legislated, sir?
Yes, sir. Let it be legislated. Because what will and this is my reason for saying it. If for the next 15 years, if they stay in opposition, Jamaica would have advanced to a state that if and when they are allowed to come out of opposition, they can reverse it, because what you realize, you know, and they don't understand what they have done to mold Prime Minister Andrew Holness to the level of maturity that he is now, because they keep throwing the mud at him. It may spot him, but it's not sticking. And what it does is that it builds character in him. Yes. It has made him such an astute politician right now that he has become on the world stage a model leader.
Yes.
Because when they are assassinating his character, defaming him and all of that, have you ever seen him come out and go in the gutter with them? No. What he does is that he stay there, he does the work, and when it comes time for him to speak, then he speak. Yes, and that shows you that is a leader who understands what it means to lead. Because one of the things when you become a leader, you know, and especially a public leader like a prime minister, you open up yourself to all manner of things.
Yes.
You can't be responding or be reacting to everything that people say about you.
Yes.
What you do the work, and you get it done, and you get it done effectively and efficiently, and that is what
he's result oriented, sir. And by the
Yeah.
way, if you should be distracted by the PNP, because the PNP seem to be just into distraction in recent times, you know, sir.
And I guess that's, and as I said, it's better for them to be in opposition, because when they do that with a leader like Prime Minister Andrew Holness, when they behave like this, then they're only showing him to be the better person in all of this. However, what we are realizing is that, back to the Parliament, the behavior displayed by the opposition and where they are going on. Let me tell you something. There are times when, as the Speaker of the House, which is Mrs. Holness, and the Deputy Speaker, which is a gentleman who was in Parliament on Tuesday, when you don't take a stand and put us cut the thing, as I would say, nip it in the bud, you open up the door that it can't be closed. Discipline must be, when the principles or the rules of Parliament is violated, there must be consequences.
Yes.
If there are not consequences, then people continue to push the envelope till they push it off the table.
Yes.
Put a stopping to the behavior.
Absolutely, sir. Draw the line, man.
Yeah, and let the chips fall where they may.
Very true, sir.
And just before I run, sir, I mean, I want to bring up a few things that would have been a news cycle for probably a few minutes. Have you realized something? That the PMP is good at deflection. Look at let's just look back in the near past. We had the university scandal with the
Yes,
with this company using Jack then using and this has only come to our knowledge since then, because from what we are learning and from what I've heard you highlighted on this program is that it would have been over a 20-year period that this thing has been going on. So look at it now. If that was a JLP MP or JLP person, you would not have heard the end of it. Yes. All the socialist groups in Jamaica would have made their voices heard, included the church and all the other.
You are saying that the church is a socialist group, sir?
They behave, some of the churches in Jamaica behave like they are part of the socialist agenda. Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but of course, because if you look at our neighbor in the north, you know, it's a similar thing that is happening. It's basically, they're reading from the same playbook. Yes, and so when you have a member of parliament who get involved in questionable actions, with such as defrauding the government of tax revenue, where's the consequence?
Yes.
When you and this is another thing. Those things just happen and something else come and everybody forget about it. But if it was on the other side, you would not have heard the end of it. You'd have been hearing call for resignation and action be taken. Nobody follows up on it. All right, that one is we in through that one. We hear about another member of former member of parliament who inappropriately molested a member of his family, allegedly.
Oh.
Before that one is before anything could be said about that, we heard Mr. Malava came out talking about what was happening in schools with those.
You are saying, sir, that as anytime the searchlight is turned on them, they will find something to deflect.
Exactly, and they are good at it. And when if the other and until the other side and I think I heard this said somewhere that if you know when you're in war, you need to know two things. You need to know yourself and you need to know your enemy.
Yes, you're quite right, you know, sir. You're quite right.
Yeah, if you know yourself and you know your enemy, then you that gives you an advantage in the war. And what I realize, especially with the governing party right now, they don't understand that a part of the socialist ideology is propaganda.
Yes.
They are excellent at that, and go back and look at the Socialist Manifesto, and
yes.
That is one of the plank in the Socialist Manifesto.
Yes, propaganda, sir.
Yes, sir. So when you just look at it, all right, take for example again the relief money that came in for Hurricane Melissa. The government set up a portal for people to contribute. What the PNP went and did, they set up numerous of them. Where is the accountability? How we not hear where is the Auditor General report on what the opposition collect? Where is it the socialist civil society groups that hold the GLP and the government accountable for funds that they collected?
Yeah,
and
different strokes for different folks. And you're quite correct. And I think that it's going to take maybe 30 years to de-PNPize. I'm trying to coin a word here. But the PNP has a DNA left in the Jamaican
psyche.
Yes.
Yeah, man, definitely. And remember, it has been over. I mean, decades that they have done this. Because you see, one of the things is that human beings have 3 basic needs: food, clothes, and shelter.
There's a 4th, sir.
Let me hear it, sir.
Sex.
Yes, well, because we're sexual beings anyway. That's true. Yeah, man.
Let me ask you a question. You all right? Food, clothing, and shelter. You good with those? But the sex, you can leave that.
That for me, it's a choice. It comes to a choice.
For you, it's neither here nor there.
It comes to a choice because not that I'm telling everybody, but for me, that's not something that that is not one of my weaknesses. So let me put it at that. That's not one.
I'm not talking about weakness because without it, you wouldn't be here talking to me.
Well, that from my parents' perspective, yes. And I'm a man. I eat salt, and there's blood running through my vein, and I wake up, and I go to bed, and I wake up in the morning. So,
all right.
Yes, sir.
So hold on. You go to bed, and you wake up in the mornings.
Yes, sir. As a man.
As a man.
Yes, sir.
Well,
I say no more.
I don't think you need to say anymore, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well,
yeah, man. So what and so back to the point I'm making. So what the PNP has done is that they have appealed to the basic necessity of the people. And the other thing is that ignorance is a thing that people can use to control you. Keep you ignorant, and I can control you. And the PNP, and again, it goes back to the socialist manifesto. You keep the people ignorant, and you tell them what they want to hear, when they are to hear, how they are to hear, and you will get what you want out of them. And the PNP is good at that. Yet, when you go back to the origin of the PNP was formed by the intellectual of the society. But yet, they are the ones who now advocate for poverty in Jamaica. A lot of people will disagree with me, but I'll ask them this one question. Go through all of the garrisons. Before you do that, which of the party has most of the garrisons in Jamaica? Go through all of those garrisons and look at the standard of living among those people, and who does the PNP depend on to get them into power?
That's dying down, sir. That is dying down.
Yeah,
that grip on the politics through the garrisons that is slowly dying.
And why it is dying? Because now we have a leader who comes and show the people that you do not have to stay in that situation. You don't have to be a diehard GLP nor
yes, sir. When you move people away from patronage based politics and the clientistic politics predominantly practiced by the People's National Party, then anytime you move people into independence, they don't vote for you anymore, sir.
Exactly, because if you notice, take for example under the JLP administration. Remember when I was going to school, heart was something that you'd have to pay for.
Yes.
What this administration did, it comes and it gives the young people, and if everybody, because it doesn't really matter your age, as long as you're willing to go back to heart and to uplift yourself and to qualify yourself, you are not only given free entrance, but you are also encouraged. You are given a stipend. You are provided with lunch, so you can go and equip yourself so that you don't have to be depending on politicians. And that is why we are seeing, as you said, that that stronghold that they would have on the people. The people are coming to a place now to say that if these people cared about us so much, why they didn't open these opportunities? So the party that is opening up these opportunities to us, then we will ensure that they remain there. Because I don't know if you remember, one of the things that Mark Golding that I've said that you'd have committed to, had they come to power, then they would have suspended hard trust in Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
And these are the reason why I'm saying that the PNP let me ask you a question, and I don't want to lose my train of thought. Have you ever watched this animated film called Animal Farm by George Orwell?
Oh yes. Uh-huh.
That's a PNP right there.
On Animal Farm. So
Yes.
very good illustration. We can talk about that another time. But I have to run.
No problem, sir, and thanks for having me, man, and keep up the good work you're doing, sir. And again, to another commendation for you. The other night you had on Sir Marlon Morgan on the program, man.
Yes.
Excellent communicator.
That's Morgan.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Marlon,
he is.
excellent communicator.
Yes.
But one other thing though, and this is one other thing as I run, the Jamaica Labour Party need to understand that the media play a significant role in setting the narrative in a nation, and so they must utilize the media, both social and traditional media, which is also realize it's taking a nosedive, but use it as long as you have the access to it. Sir, continue doing what you're doing, and be blessed.
All right, no problem, man. Thank you so much. That's a call coming out of YouTube. If you are on YouTube, of course, the Hello Neighbor podcast, like and subscribe, and of course, make sure that you support the program. You can contribute to the podcast. The Zelle account is 954-635-8732, or Cash App. That's going across your screen. You can email the Hello Neighbor podcast at gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp us at 876-858-9553. Please like and share. All right. Let's go back to Mr. Golding's walkout. Before we do that, Music Freak, he is a very good supporter of the YouTube channel. And Music Freak is saying the PNP will find a way to reverse our progress. Wow. The PNP will find a way to reverse our progress. They should stay in opposition. Their ideas don't advance the country, and their goal is to create poverty so they can use it to their political advantage and enrich themselves. Wow. That's Music Freak saying that the PNP will find a way to reverse our progress and that they should stay in opposition. Well, that's Music Freak. Thank you, Music Freak. Let's go back to Parliament and see what happens.
Absolutely no infringement on our democracy.
The report in question is being challenged in court by the FLA. The House Speaker had previously argued the tabling was delayed as a result. Leader of Government Business Floyd Green went further.
The standing orders make it extremely clear that where there are matters under 16G5 that are likely to prejudice a case, 6G5, that are likely to prejudice a case which is under trial, and under 35(2), any matter on which a judicial decision is pending, then we are not to treat with that matter, or we prejudice the matter.
However, the opposite.
All right, so understand that the FLA has filed for a judicial review. Why is the report not tabled? The FLA put the matter in the court. The House Leader is saying if the matter is before the court, then Parliament cannot have the report discussing it. It goes out into the public media, have it all over the place, because the matter is before the court. So when Mr. Golding is talking about table the matter today, the House Leader is saying it cannot be tabled while the matter is before the court. So what's the tantrum about? What is Mr. Golding getting into a tantrum about? Isn't that reasonable, listeners? Isn't that reasonable? Is that not reasonable?
Opposition leader pointed to a similar situation involving PNP MP Ian Hales.
The question of Ian Hales' case is very relevant. The final ruling, the only substantive ruling in that case, was a reasoned and written judgment. And the court ruled that the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate would have been acting intra vires, in other words, within their powers, by tabling the report submitted by the OCG, as it then was. Their actions.
Okay, let's go.
Would be categorized as Parliament conducting their internal affairs, and as such, their actions would be immune to the jurisdiction of the court. I find that the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate were improperly joined to the application for leave as interested parties. It is abundantly clear that a public body like the FLA should not be able to throw a cloud of secrecy.
Mr. Golding would then walk out as Mr. Green attempted to respond.
What the leader of the opposition has said is that the court has indicated that it is in the purview of the Parliament. That is what the court has indicated. The court has not said that you must table. The court has said that the Parliament has the right to decide.
And after...
There you go. The court did not say that the Parliament must table the bill. The Parliament has a discretion whether or not to table the bill, and the Speaker, guided, I suspect, by advisors, decides, say, she's not going to table the bill. Argument done. Wait, Mr. Golding, wait. Wait. There are many other things that can be discussed in the meantime. What is the rush? The sectorial debate is going on. We just finished the NARA debate. Parliament's agenda is every week it is full. What is the rush? Wait, no man. It will be tabled eventually. Well, you don't go down to Parliament and demand that it be tabled today. You have no such authority. And when you don't get your way, you walk out of the Parliament. Come on. By the way, I know that Scratchy is we're hoping to be joined by Scratchy shortly, but give me a few minutes, because there was a particular irony watching Mark Golding walk out of Parliament, because the gesture was meant to signal defiance. Mr. Golding is being defiant. You know, a rejection of authority. How dare you don't table this bill, or I'm leaving this Parliament. Well, very interesting, you know. And I beg you to don't move, don't scroll, stop, just listen. If you're on YouTube, don't move. Listen to what I'm about to say. Beneath the symbolism lies a deeper contradiction. The walkout itself is one of the oldest rituals of the very Westminster political culture Jamaica inherited from Britain. Walking out of Parliament is a Westminster tradition. And Mr. Golding loved it. Oh boy. Walking out of Parliament was not a rebellion against colonial political tradition. It was colonial political tradition performed perfectly by Mr. Golding. What a passa. I wonder if Golding understands what walking out of Parliament actually means. It is theatre in Westminster, refined over centuries in the British House of Commons. It belongs to a tradition where outrage is staged, exits are choreographed, and absence becomes spectacle. The Bakra master. The offended politician rises, denounces the proceedings, and departs while the cameras roll and the supporters applaud. It is the politics of performance, inherited wholesale from the empire Jamaica claims to have psychologically outgrown. What Mr. Golding displayed in Parliament is what Jamaica is trying to move away from. How ironic. That is what makes the moment so fascinating. That a man associated with Britain is doing the very things that the colonial members would do. It is a fascinating time in Jamaica. Because to reject authority through Westminster Parliamentary stunt is not anti-colonial resistance. It is participating in the colonial script. Well, another sad day in the House of Parliament. Who do we have, moderator? 21 minutes to 9 o'clock. Let's go. Let's go to our analysts and see what's on their mind. Good evening to you, Scratchy. Good evening to you, Harry. Hello there, Scratchy.
Good night, sir. Good night, Caroline. Good night, everyone. Bless up to all the viewers. Good night, sir.
Yes, Scratchy. Do you have anything on your mind there, Scratch?
No, I was just here listening to you talking about the whole thing with Mr. Golding there in Parliament,
Aha.
And what the leader of government business was saying comparing to what Mr. Golding is saying, and the walkout of the Parliament and stuff like that. I mean, 6 or 1.5 dozen other neighbor, the PNP, whenever there's when the governing party neighbor, who was the majority in Parliament neighbor, and whatever decision is made neighbor from that side neighbor, it's just our governance system is neighbor, it has to hold up. When the opposition leader, like Mr. Mark Golding neighbor, is going to stand in the Parliament and point and say he's demanding
yes
that the report be tabled. Look at the words that he used,
Yes, sir.
I am demanding that the report be tabled today, So things like that, neighbor, not going to sit well, neighbor, with a governing party, neighbor. You're the opposition leader. As long as you're not breaking any form of rules, or breaking parliament rules, or going against the standing order, government, neighbor, always stand firm and stand resolute and whatever they're saying. They're saying that the matter is before the court, and they wish not to release the report later, to prejudice the matter.
Yes.
You know, to let the matter out there in public. We know Jamaica State, neighbor. We have a lot of persons who understand things. We know the PNP, they like to spew things, neighbor. And something like this, neighbor, table before the court makes it action, neighbor. PNP will definitely get something to try and spew or skew.
It would prejudice the court appearance, would it not?
It definitely, neighbor, and it will also cause the court of public opinion, neighbor, to pass its own judgment as well.
Yes.
You know? The court of public opinion will pass its own. And you know how the court of public opinion goes in Jamaica, neighbor. Anything that has to do with things from a political standpoint, neighbor, the court of public opinion, I don't know why, but the narrative always favor the opposition People's National Party. Whenever it's politics and the court of public opinion, they always tend to favor to the People's National Party. So, I mean, as the leader said, neighbor, as the leader of politics,
sorry about that.
There's nothing to hide. There's nothing to hide, neighbor. The FLA is a body, it's an arm of the government, neighbor. And if there's any mishaps in that report, neighbor,
yes,
in regard to whatever is going on over there in FLA, neighbor, it's not the minister's responsibility. I don't think it would be more from an administrative standpoint. So that would definitely be taken up, neighbor, whoever is the administrators of the FLA and stuff like that. So I don't think the government has nothing to hide here, neighbor. The PNP is just trying to create smoke where there is no fire. You know, they're looking to smoke where there is no fire. Once again, Mark Golding, neighbor, they're already pushing against Nara. So they just want to muddy the field as best as they possibly can to see which one will stick. And this FLA thing, neighbor, it definitely won't stick, neighbor. But they're just picking at straws right now. The opposition is so desperate that they will do anything to try to you know, the opposition, neighbor, will literally burn down Jamaica, neighbor, just to rule over its ashes. That is the type of opposition that we currently have. And it is just so sad that we have an opposition party like that in our country, neighbor, who is in there in our growth, in there in our advancement. And we have an opposition leader, neighbor, who doesn't see the best interests of Jamaica, or doesn't see the best interests of Jamaicans, neighbor. Only things, neighbor, that can help, or the things that he thinks will help is political motive and his political will, neighbor. There are political mischievous, there are political liars, and there are political nincompoops, neighbor. And as long as Mark Jefferson Golding remain as leader of the opposition, I don't know any other them over there, neighbor. The Jamaica Labour Party will be in power for a very, very long time. With or without on Jamaica noise.
All right. Scratchy, help me with Mark Shields' Scratchy. Here is Mark Shields' Scratchy. A former Scotland Yard detective. Is in Jamaica now for over 20 years, and he is saying, Scratchy, that he would rather be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom because of the progress we have made. Isn't this not an amazing endorsement of the work of the government?
Neighbor, anyone, neighbor, who doesn't see it or who doesn't appreciate what this government is doing, neighbor, I always tell the neighbor, persons who don't have the best interests of Jamaica, neighbor, persons who prefer to know that they're only the ones, neighbor, who are making a buck off of what is going on for the economy. Persons who want to sit, neighbor, and use nepotism and cronyism, neighbor, to benefit of the good of the economy, neighbor. Any well-thinking person, I think also well-thinking Jamaican, neighbor. Because Mark Shields must have gained his Jamaican citizenship or Jamaican passport, neighbor, to his wife that he had married. I don't know what process he might have took through naturalization or whatever reason, but any well-thinking person, neighbor, who have any form of understanding, neighbor, and not even great knowledge, neighbor, the basic understanding, neighbor, will understand and know that, neighbor, Jamaica, where Jamaica is right now, neighbor, Jamaica is in a better position right now, neighbor, compared to a lot of other places. And when after that, a lot of persons are going to say, come like Scratchy mad. No, Scratchy no mad, neighbor, because I live in a country right now, neighbor, where, and I'm not bashing this country that I live in, neighbor. I currently live in Canada right now, neighbor, and anyone who lives in Canada and understand Canada, neighbor, understand, neighbor, that we have our fair share, neighbor, of mishaps going on right now, neighbor. The economy is not in the best situation, neighbor. We have an unemployment rate of about 7% right now here in Canada, neighbor. We have immigration issues here in Canada right now, neighbor. So we have a lot of issues, neighbor. We have Canadians who cannot get big jobs, neighbor. We have over 2 million Canadian citizens, neighbor, who turn up to food bank every single month to get free food, neighbor. So we Canada, yes, neighbor, Canada is not in the best state right now, but from a resource, from a natural resource side, you're gonna say, all right, Canada is richer than Jamaica because Canada might have natural gas. Canada might have one of the largest water reserves in the world. Canada have a lot of things, you know, that are rare earth minerals and stuff like that. But neighbor, from a direct economy standpoint, neighbor, yes, their economy is larger than us. There's a population of over 40 million. So their economy is going to be larger than us, neighbor, because of their population. But if you bring it down, neighbor, to the basic nitty-gritty, neighbor, the basic synopsis of it, neighbor, it would also look as if Jamaica is doing much better, but from a larger scale.
What you saying to me?
No, yeah, from a larger scale, neighbor, you're going to say, no, Jamaica not out to Canada. But if you should break it down, neighbor, to a smaller scale, neighbor, based on the resources that Jamaica have at its disposal, neighbor, compared to Canada, which have so much resources, neighbor, and based on what is going on in Jamaica, neighbor, in terms of changes that the economy is making and stuff like that, Canada is not experiencing that right now, neighbor. Canada economy is stagnant right now, neighbor. The central bank here in Canada, neighbor, they continue to say that, yes, it's going to be this, it's going to be a downfall. The housing market, neighbor, we have something that we call a condo market, neighbor. We have normal housing. The condo market basically crashed, neighbor. Oh, no houses are selling in Canada right now. The government, neighbor, went as far as, neighbor, remove what we would have called in Jamaica the GCT if you buy the new house.
Yes.
The government has to basically, neighbor, remove GCT, neighbor, from new houses, neighbor, to try to create so that persons go out and start buying back houses, neighbor, because there's a housing bubble in Canada, especially here in the Toronto area. So, but if you bring it down to the smaller macroeconomics of it, neighbor, Jamaica is in a way better position, neighbor. Jamaica is experiencing unemployment of 3.5%, neighbor. Jamaica is experiencing massive growth in a lot of sectors, neighbor. There's a lot of sectors in Jamaica that are poised for growth, neighbor. If you bring it down from a macroeconomic level, don't look at it from a big, large standpoint, because if you look at it from a large standpoint, it's like comparing apples and banana. But if you're going to compare apples to apples, neighbor, I would definitely agree with Mark Shield, neighbor, that where Jamaica is right now, neighbor, and if you are someone who has the skill, who have the will, who have the ability and the financial means, neighbor, to maneuver a business and start a business, Jamaica is that place right now, neighbor. Jamaica is the best place right now, neighbor, if you want to start a business. It is a growing economy, neighbor. It is an economy that is not fully established. It is an economy, neighbor, that they are very open right now to new innovation, technologically advanced, new security stuff and a lot of things like that, neighbor. Jamaica is priced for investment. Jamaica is priced for business. And when I say business, neighbor, I'm not talking about going on a town and sell onion and tomato. When I talk about business, neighbor, I'm not talking about opening a corner shop in your community. When I talk about business, neighbor, I'm talking about things, neighbor, where the wider economy can benefit from. Because Jamaicans are so small-minded and Jamaicans are so limited in their thinking, neighbor, that they cannot see what is going on in our own country, neighbor, and see that the country is poised for investment. The country is in a state, neighbor, where anyone with a certain level of capital can invest. We already have enough corner shop, neighbor. We already have enough persons that sell onion and tomato, neighbor. We already have enough persons who are them family from overseas that send clothes come give them to sell already, neighbor. But everyone want to rush these markets. We already have enough bars and restaurants. Yes, we could take some more bars and restaurants, yes. But whatever bars and restaurants we are going to come with, neighbor, you cannot just be a basic. You have to come with some form of style in terms of some, the look, the image. It must be different, neighbor, where it strike the citizens, neighbor, because Jamaica is poised for new things, neighbor. And Jamaica is ready for takeoff. And anyone who agree, I agree with Mark, she is 100% neighbor. Jamaica is in a very good position right now for business, neighbor. Much better than a lot of countries, neighbor, with way more resources than them, way higher population than them, neighbor. But as they are normally say, neighbor, who live there, neighbor, and see it, neighbor, they don't appreciate it. And they don't see it, neighbor, because they are small-minded. They don't try to take themselves outside of the box. They were taught to think outside of the box, to stay inside of the box while thinking. But while they're still in the box, neighbor, you cannot see outside of the box because the four boundaries of the box, neighbor, go blind the vision and all they can see is the box. Think outside of the box. Get yourself outside of the box. Once you get it, neighbor, I'm going to be real and I'm going to be totally honest. I'm going to be as fair as possible, neighbor. my appreciation for my country, neighbor, happened after I leave Jamaica, neighbor.
Oh,
While I was living in Jamaica, neighbor, I was of the same mindset, nothing now go on. This, that, neighbor. My appreciation for Jamaica started when I moved from Jamaica, neighbor. I went overseas and lived, neighbor. And I saw, neighbor, how persons overseas see my country, neighbor, compared to when I was there, neighbor. And I was like, why when I was in Jamaica, I couldn't see it? I couldn't see it, neighbor, because I was doing the same thing. I was in the box, neighbor, and I wasn't trying to get myself out the box. I was just thinking outside the box. So once you get yourself out that box, neighbor, you will see that Jamaica, neighbor, is a gem. Jamaica is the pearl of the Caribbean, neighbor. And I always tell you, we are the smallest nation, neighbor, with the biggest impact on the world, neighbor. The main thing that is holding Jamaica back is the cronyism, neighbor, nepotism, neighbor, and the small-minded thinking, and the PNP.
Oh, wonderful. Member Harry, good night to you, sir.
Good night, neighbor. Good night, Scratchy. Good night, everybody.
Well, I don't know where you want to start, Harry. If you want to pick up from where Scratchy left off, commenting on Mark Shields suggesting he'd rather be in Jamaica than in the United Kingdom. Big statement, that, eh?
Of course it is, neighbor. Jamaica is a big deal, you know, and I don't think, as Scratchy said, you have to be outside to see a different perspective, you know, to appreciate what you have and what Jamaica stands for, neighbor, because the truth is, I know Mark Shields himself went into in terms of, you know, the economic benefits and so on that Jamaica has put together.
Yes.
Specifically from the IMF time, which he would have spoken about the EPOC.
Yes.
And a few days ago, we would have said, listen, EPOC is globally renowned and also modeled, and that birthed out of Jamaica, neighbor. Right? So it was birthed out of a very hard economical times as well. And to show that it is never the ideas we don't have or the prowess. It is just the execution that we've never done.
We've lacked execution, eh?
We do, neighbor, and at quick speeds too, right? Because this is something that if we had it in the 90s, we would have the catastrophe of that time, and Jamaica would have been well ahead. But the truth is, we didn't have that independent body of thinking, neighbor, where people were bold enough to come to the forefront and make these suggestions and put it forward, right? It was all conformist on a political idea by different people.
Yes.
Right? And it serves the self-interest of those few who had the access to the resources and the power. Because at the time, neighbor, who had the power to make certain decisions also ended up with the affluence, the wealth, and so on. And as such, they could have wielded it. Now, I don't think people understand as well, neighbor, that Jamaica have an enviable diaspora in a neighbor.
Oh.
Right? We are actually in the top 10 of one of the world's largest diaspora and most effective as well. Other countries that are significantly larger than us don't have that level of diaspora that we do. Right? We've deepened our in our diaspora. We've deepened in terms of investment. So it is not necessarily remittances that we tie our diaspora to. There's greater investment and trade relationships that happens through the diaspora, neighbor. Right? The tourism aspect of it as well is driven by our diaspora. Opening up of new markets, it is through the diaspora, because Jamaica they're everywhere. Neighbor, I never know we did have a Jamaican in Antarctica. And I learned that a few years ago, there was a Jamaican living in Antarctica. I don't know where one somebody where love tropics, don't have an ice cold place, but we're everywhere. And as such, because of the brand Jamaica, our diaspora has grown larger, the impact has been there, and we can leverage it. So Jamaica and a boy thing. So Mark Shields was right on point, neighbor. Right? I think one of the things that has hurt and is a realization for him is how well we, in the last decade, how well we handled debt reduction, right? We have control in terms of public sector wage bills and so on, and we've attacked the debt in a forward way, in an aggressive manner, to ensure that we can see growth, to ensure that we take the burden of our people, and that is key. And I think UK itself is having a major problem with that as well. So it shows that Jamaica has a lot doing for itself, neighbor, especially economically. I know people will say it doesn't translate to the day-to-day lives, but people need to understand the phase that we're in. You may not realize that just yet. But of course, in another few years, remaining disciplined, you will now be able to get the reward. We are already getting a lot of rewards in a neighbor.
Yes.
But people don't see it as such. Case in point, the increase in the tax threshold. That is a reward of our discipline and hard work as a nation, you know. But people don't see it as that, and we understand why. Yes, geopolitical issues are causing, you know, the rise in prices. So it seems a little more expensive, and as such. But to look where we're coming from, and if we had maintained the same trajectory, neighbor who probably would have to get some food stamps right now. And probably have to add another IMF deal, and it is not politicizing the issue. It is just showing you where we are now, and we're still not in survival mode. We're ahead of survival mode, irregardless as to what is happening and what is impacting us that we don't have control over. The things that we have control over, neighbor, our government has ensured that they've maximized on it and built on it. And that is something to appreciate, to give the flowers to, and to be proud of, neighbor, because other countries can't get it right all now, and they have more wealth, more resources, more technocrats, more a lot of everything, but they can't get it right, and we're doing so.
Yes.
So it is something to definitely be proud of, neighbor. We're not the only proud of with track team and with music. Be proud of what we're doing in education, economically, financially, right? Just as a change overall, risk management wise. Neighbor, we never known for these things back then. We were seen as just a little third world, little piece of country, one side, nothing that good. We don't have to listen when them talk, but now people are looking at us, they're modeling leadership coming out of Jamaica, and that is for me a great day. And as always, we did have to be a Jamaican neighbor. There's no better time than now, in all honesty, because we're getting it right. Maybe not at the speed as we ought to, but the fact that we're getting it right and we're being recognized globally. This time we start recognizing ourselves locally because we're the ones doing it.
Yeah. We have a caller, Mr. Innovative. Good night to you, sir. Hello? Hello? Mr. Innovative? Not there. All right. Okay. Latoya Roberts, 872. Good night. Hello? Here with Scratchy and Harry. Top of the night to you. Clear the box for us, moderators. No face? No face? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Harry's here with me, so is Scratchy. Go ahead. Why would they move him? Okay. Who else is there? Oh boy. Okay. It's a little bit of quick finger, quick movement.
It's a little bit of quick.
No face, you are on.
Yeah, I keep getting cut off. Good night. Good night.
Yes, sir.
I'm here listening to you guys' program. I listened to two gentlemen spoke about diaspora and the greatness of the country, which is right, yeah, the greatness of the country. But we have two governments that's taking us on a misleading track. I'm not holding back no talk.
Hold on, sir. You are already misleading. We have two government.
Yeah.
No, sir. We don't have two.
Yeah, listen.
No, you listen, man. No, you listen, brother. I am saying to you, we don't have two government. We have one government and we have an opposition.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
So whether they're opposition, right?
It is important. No, sir. Young people, listen to this program. It is important that we do not mislead young people. There is one government. The Jamaica Labour Party forms the government, and the opposition, People's National Party, forms the opposition.
So you don't consider PMP at the moment government because they are not in power.
They are not the government, sir. No.
Yeah, they're not the government. They can't be the government. They don't have any executive power.
So JLP is the government.
Yes.
Currently, yes.
Yeah, they form the government. The Jamaica Labour Party forms the government. That's different from saying the JLP is the government.
Part of the government.
Listen, no, sir. Just listen. Because language is important. There are two political parties in Jamaica.
You said that.
Okay, and I'm telling you that there's a difference to say the Jamaica Labour Party is the government. The the ruling JLP forms the government.
We need another party.
You can say that. We have had many, including the NDM.
We need another party because we're not governed properly.
Hold on, no, sir. You see what is happening in the United Kingdom. You live in Jamaica, sir?
Very much so.
And you remember when we had the National Democratic Movement?
No.
No? You're a baby man.
You might think so.
No, but you don't know about the NDM.
The NDM?
Yes.
Who is that? Golden?
Yes.
When he tried to start that third party.
They had more than 30,000 people voted for them. The National Democratic Movement, one of the largest third party to ever contest an election in Jamaica. You never know about them?
Yes.
Now, let me tell you something, sir, and I'm going to be very real with you. Third parties will not survive in Jamaica.
You see, that is why.
No. It's not. Hold on. Third parties have no chance in Jamaica.
Yeah, you see, that is your assumption and your belief.
Scratchy.
There's a change is coming. A change is coming. Whether you guys want to believe it or
hold on, Scratchy, come in.
We the Jamaican people are tired and sick.
Don't cut him off, please. Make him stay.
Behavior.
Hold on for me, please. You are conflating a lot of issues. Scratchy, deal with the two-party system in Jamaica and tell him why
All right. But the first point is Neighbour that no faces a man come here and push the third party and him even remember don't go NDM, and I can even ask him because I'm saying him talk as if he's not that young then. So
Wait, no face. Just wait, no man.
Sit back and listen. Scratchy, I sit back and listen your talk a while ago, right? No, I'm trying to. You
have to take correction.
You put me on the platform.
All I am asking you to do, sir, is just to wait.
No face, you have to take correction, no face. All I'm saying to you is no face that the third party system, yes. If a third party come now, would you be voting for them, no face?
Hell yes. If they mean well.
If they mean well, so how are you going to know if they mean well if you don't vote for them?
You know, as a matter of fact, what I was saying to my peoples, if a third party should come now, and they put certain thing across the board, and
certain thing like what? Certain thing like what? What you want to see? What you want to see? Certain thing like what?
Listen me. When a government go in power, they should put the people's agenda first. That is not going on in our
what is the people agenda? Now. What is the people agenda?
A better life, bro.
So Jamaicans are not having better life?
Where?
All right, no face. 21% of people.
Where? No, I'm living on the ground. I'm living in the ground,
No
in the
face,
heart
your
of
life,
it.
no
Where
face,
is they having a better life?
no face. If you are going through poverty and your life is not better, no face, that is not the representation of every Jamaican. As a your own bed, as a your own problem. You need to get yourself together while put your life together, no face. Look how much of the people are live good.
Listen me. Listen me. Get life together. You're assuming because you know nothing about it.
You know, if you talk about you live on the ground, no face.
Yeah, what you mean? No, you see, you're gone way out of firmness, so you're true sarcasm.
No face, we're not throwing a shade.
When I said live on the ground, I'm in the heart of it, where it's happening, bro.
So no face, tell me which country you know where everybody all right. The people are suffering in the world.
So that's how you're gone now. We are talking about better in our country. Me don't care about nobody else's country. I hear some live.
I hear some country in the world everybody live good.
I hear some live, and I hear some kids them a grow up, bro. When you come up here, so when you come on platform.
No face, I know something wrong with you, no face.
Of course, because we the Jamaican people fed up, bro.
Listen to No Face. But tonight I need to change the name from No Face to No Brain. Because I be like you don't have no brain. Listen, sir. If you don't listen, you're not going to learn.
Listen, the little disrespectful talk and all that.
You get ignorant to the come with disrespect.
Listen me, I know we are getting ignorant because I'm not suiting your kind of belief.
No,
that's why you're getting
no, I hear that No Face. No Face.
You're getting upset because I'm not suiting your kind of belief. I want to sit down up there. I want to sit down up there because I don't have this, I don't have that. I don't think so.
Yeah, man, no brain your name for change to man go No Face. This is the problem we have at Jamaica. All in the one do come and highlight negativity. Neighbor, there is no country. I tell you a while ago, neighbor. I live in a country that is considered a first world nation. I live in a country, neighbor, where there are a lot of resources. 2 million people in this go to the food bank, neighbor, every month because they don't have food to eat. 2 million people in this country, neighbor, go to the food bank for food every month, neighbor. The food bank is a thing, neighbor, where some little organization, neighbor, keep some little food drive, and you go there and then get grocery, neighbor. 2 million people living in this country go there, neighbor, for food.
Every month?
Neighbor, every month, and it is getting higher and higher, neighbor. So it is getting worse. Neighbor, you see these people, where you come up, neighbor, and talk about nothing, go on a Jamaica, and then this and then that, neighbor. A lot of Jamaicans, neighbor, you think government alone can make you all right? Government alone cannot make nobody all right, neighbor. You have to take your own personal life in your hand.
Yes.
And no face anybody who you see and who you know suffer. And you are claim say your life better off and you good. Help the people in no face. And stop come on the platform, come and run up on the mouth every night about this and that and go help people. Think the government alone can do everything? Go help the people because you talk like say you're all right and I say me a disrespect. Go help people no face. Go lift 3-4 people out of poverty. 2016, where did they? Poverty rate was 21% 2016. What is the poverty rate now? Unemployment rate was 13.5% 2016. What is unemployment rate now? Let me meet to the company this platform like you want to make it look like the whole Jamaica live like how Una live. I told you live in our PNP community. But certain people who used to live off a brown envelope and free sit down. And not going to go off and think this is a reflection of the whole Jamaica. Stop using one personal life and come feel like that's how the whole Jamaica live. Jamaicans life better off than Jamaicans live good right now. Sick and tired of them and them foolish neighbor, man. Everything when you quickly come about the country need third party. Government not do this to nobody. Government, what do you mean by government not do nothing for nobody? You're blind? What people do for themselves? Neighbor, Jamaica is in the situation it is in, neighbor. Because a lot of people living in Jamaica not doing nothing for themselves, neighbor. PNP broke them bad name and turned Jamaica into this big welfare country. Jamaica come like part itself. And that's a lot of them depend on a live pan neighbor. They just live pan handout and want the government to this big handout government to them. Every time the Jamaica Labour Party in power, neighbor, there were section of people who ball, neighbor, because the Jamaica Labour Party, them name the Labour Party, neighbor, them believe into putting people to work.
Yes.
And a lot of these people don't like work. They don't like work. See, one in the comment section, when they go him, I throw him tantrums and I make him talk. Him one of them too.
Oh?
PNP neighbor, them are the biggest problem in the country. I'm sick and tired of come about third party, this one government now. Which government will never do more than this government here? You go check out, go neighbor, tell them already, and I'm going to tell them again in the neighbor. The cheat code in Jamaica, neighbor, for every get a youth or every get a person in the neighbor is Archers NTA, you know. But these people are so dumb, neighbor, and so laid-back, neighbor, lack of basic, that they don't see what art is, neighbor. You wait, name? Art, neighbor. It name art. This is say I'm going to be stupid on the name that place art in the neighbor. You know how powerful the heart is?
Oh, my God.
Neighbor, just NTA is the cheat code, neighbor. Anybody in Jamaica who is not an academia, who don't think that you have the skill and the financial ability, neighbor, to go to university or UTech, neighbor, or CSS or whatever the university want to name, just NTA is there for you.
Yes,
Whether
sir.
you're 40-year-old and you use a nail tech, but you don't have the requisite skills. The people when we come and do on the job assessment and get your certificate on the job.
Yes.
When you come and talk about nothing and go on to Jamaica. When you turn the country, neighbor, I would agree. Jamaica is not an academic country. Jamaicans are not. We're not very book smart. A lot of us, neighbor. It's not a bright country when it comes to book smart, neighbor. You have few book smart people, but one thing I can tell the neighbor, we innovative and we're skillful. We can use a brain and we can use our hand, neighbor.
Yes.
Turn Jamaica in a skill country. You see, everybody just go get a skill, honest. Just go get a skill. It just NTA is a cheat code, neighbor. Up to degree course is free. And the cheat code, neighbor, the people can't see art of the cheat code, neighbor. Art to teach everything. You know what man in the community right now, sit down every day, neighbor. Neighbor, man, one of the body chef. He can cook so good, neighbor. But he rather sit down
while a soup on the corner, while a cow cut soup on the corner, you mash up something later.
But it's cow cut soup, neighbor, but what? He just sit down on him skill, neighbor.
Yes.
And tell himself, say, he must see himself at work, don't want sandals, neighbor. He must see himself at work, so can put himself outside, right? Because why? You think he don't want to work, neighbor? I know it's formality. Jamaicans afraid of the neighbor. Jamaicans are afraid of formality, neighbor, because when him got sandals, neighbor, when him go on him lunch break, him can't go out and do a blaze a spliff.
Yeah.
And come back in smell like weed.
Yes.
Him can't go to work 9:30 when work starts 7:30, neighbor.
Yes.
Neighbor, it's formality a whole about Jamaicans, neighbor. A lot of Jamaicans have skill, but they're not formal, neighbor, and that a whole them that they not the punctuality and they do the formality, and that a whole about neighbor. Formality a whole about Jamaica, neighbor. A lot of Jamaicans are formality a whole them about neighbor.
Yes, he have to burn him spliff.
Neighbor, and tell himself, so when time get him 5 minute break, he have to go out and do a split, neighbor. And you can't come back to the people.
You know, Scratchy, you're quite right. I had a man working with me at a particular place. He was a chef. And Scratchy, I noticed that every half hour the man gone out of the kitchen. Every half hour the man gone out. and I can't find him. He put the pot on the fire and he gone. I can't find him. And when I check the man gone on at the back, gone on a split, Scratchy. The man gone back. And I work him there. And I cook him the man.
Cook him, neighbor. Formality a whole but Jamaican, neighbor.
And he's a massively good chef, you know, sir.
Neighbor, I tell you this, neighbor. Every country in the world where you go, these people go to chefing school, neighbor, to learn to cook. Jamaica is supposed to be the only country man born learn to know to cook, neighbor. Jamaica the only country, neighbor, man born with cooking skill, neighbor. You have to go to
school to learn to cook.
Neighbor, Jamaica the only country, neighbor, where say man just born as mason. Jamaica the only country, neighbor, man just born as plumber. Neighbor, everywhere is the world you go.
Men born plumber in Jamaica.
Neighbor, school, everywhere, neighbor, I go to other places, neighbor, and a school, them man, I go to go own them craft, neighbor. Jamaicans born with the skill, neighbor.
Oh, God.
The man, them born with the skill, neighbor. The man, them born as a mason.
Yes.
The man, them born as a tiler. The man, them born as a plumber. But a formality, I beat the man, them, neighbor. Formality, I beat the man, them, neighbor. You're telling neighbor, Jamaicans are the only people born with skill, neighbor. Any other nation you go around the world, neighbor, school them go learn that.
Yes.
At school them go learn that, neighbor. We're born to cook.
Oh my God. Born for run.
Neighbor. Jamaicans are the only people born with skill, neighbor. You manage around the world and born with no skill, yeah? At school you have to go learn that. We born with skill as Jamaicans. But a formality a beat with. And a formality that we not a punch.
I wonder, Scratch, if Jamaican man born fee. That's something there. Because he's good funny too.
Neighbor, I say we are the best. We're born, neighbor, with certain skills. Everything else, a certain man have to go. I'll go learn. We're born with it, neighbor.
Oh, sir, I tell you.
We're the best, neighbor. We're born with our
yes,
skills.
And not to mention the ladies, sir. Them born with good looks.
Yeah, but Jamaicans live in a born natural beauty, neighbor. I'm telling you, they like food and water.
Them born with good looks, eh? Jamaican
people, we think anywhere in the world we're going, neighbor, we are so impactful, neighbor, because we're born naturally, neighbor.
Yes.
We're born naturally.
Yeah.
You think of a machine build Usain Bolt? You see him both born for this. He got a machine build Shelly and Fraser Price.
Yes.
She born for this.
Boy, my mother could have cooked, she could have baked, she sew, she do every striking thing.
Every striking
never
thing.
Never gone no school for it. Never one day step in our hairdressing shop. Our what they call it, clothing store. But she'd have make you define a suit.
They may tell the neighbor you talk about all nail do your neighbor. You know Jamaican females can't do nail neighbor. Them going to one school.
Nail technicians are here. Yes.
Nail technician are here neighbor. Them just man. Neighbor Jamaicans, me are telling neighbor we are the only people in the world. Neighbor we are born with skill neighbor. Everybody is supposed to go to school to learn skill. And we born with that.
Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely correct. It's a fantastic, fantastic people. DJ Chromas is on. Chromas, I'm here with Harry and Scratch. Hello, sir. Hello.
Nobody knows I accident door. I never there eating my boss. I'm touching thing and come, never realize. Just that this is still, you know, but
no problem.
Scratch is 100% man, right? And that. You see me? But there is my general man.
All right, no problem. No problem at all.
Drop me out, neighbor. Drop me out, yeah?
Yeah, moderator, take him down. Clear the box if we have any more. 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. We go with you until 10 o'clock. You want to chat with Scratchy or Harry? They're here with us until 10. It's your time, you know. It's your time. Moderators, who do we have in the chat? If we don't have anyone in the chat, then my side is full. Let's go over here. What a go on? Orchid, hello.
Hello. Hi, neighbor.
Hi, Orchid. How you doing?
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. Oh, well, I'm doing well. Even better for hearing you. How you doing?
Thanks for helping me.
Huh?
I'm good.
Yes.
Just to top up on what Scratchy was saying, you know, I was in total agreement with him.
Yes.
It's like it doesn't matter what's out there for the people to benefit from. It's like they reject everything, and yet every day they come up complaining that nothing is going on in Jamaica. Just to top up on what he was saying, and in a total agreement with him.
Yes.
I guess a lot of Jamaicans are just lacking ambition. They just want something to argue about and to complain about constantly, because I can't see how something like heart going on, and yet you're saying that nothing is going on in the country when you can equip yourself with skills free of cost, and yet you come out every day complaining that nothing is going on. They just want something to complain about. And just like Scratchy said, get up off your behind and find something to do and stop complaining.
Yes. You know, ma'am, Adam Smith spoke about the poverty of aspirations. And it's a psychological point where Adam Smith is arguing that, you see, when people grow up around certain people, ma'am, I can tell you this, you know, ma'am, that sometimes to grow, you have to go. You know, ma'am, in your own home, you can be held down around your own people.
Yes.
In your own community, ma'am. I wonder if you know, say, sometimes if you don't move out of your community, you're not prosper.
I agree with you 100%.
You sit down in your community, you know, see no progress around you. Every girl get up, you see them pregnant. You see the boy them, and ma'am, you think this is the way of life. I'll never forget, you see, ma'am, I'll never forget my first time going to Miami. And when I landed in Miami, and the plane was delayed, that we were going into Minnesota, we had to get a hotel overnight and stay, ma'am. And we had to get some food. And believe me, ma'am, I've never got, and this is almost 20 years ago, I never know that a country could be so efficient. Never know that you could literally just drive up to a drive-through and drive right out and collect. By the time you pay the cashier, when you reach the other window, the food was ready. And
the food was ready.
Yes, ma'am. And the people who I was staying with said to me, They said, neighbor, you're going to stay with us for 2 weeks. And where I was staying, they said, you will not see one single box drinks box or a bottle on the road. I said, what? They said, no, you will not see it here. Nothing, no garbage on the street, ma'am. And then when they were leaving, ma'am, they didn't close the doors. And I said, why are you not closing the doors? They said, we don't need to close it, sir. You know, ma'am, I left my phone at a function I was attending. Left my phone there. And I was in a panic. And they said, why are you panicking? It's a big hall with almost 500 people. They said, when you go back there, the phone is going to be right there. I said, what? They said, yeah. Just drive back. When you go right where you left the phone. And it was right there. No, everybody passed the phone and pretend as if it wasn't there, ma'am. The point I'm making to you, ma'am, is that sometimes to grow, you have to go. You have to sometimes leave from where you are to experience life at a different level, at a different pace. Just like Scratchy said earlier, that Canada has changed his perception, ma'am. The poverty of aspiration. A lot of people, ma'am, are tied in their communities and they don't think that anything better can come out of it. Pick it up. Okay? She's good. Scratchy?
Yes, neighbor.
Isn't that the point that sometimes you just have to leave from where you are, eh?
Neighbor, sometimes, neighbor, you become exactly what you're surrounded by, neighbor.
Neighbor.
You become exactly what you're surrounded by, neighbor.
Exactly. You know, neighbor, in my opinion, I think it's true, Scratchy. Poverty is a mindset. It's something that you call down on yourself. Just alleviate it. Get up. Most Jamaicans, especially the supporters of the People's National Party, you must dip down and meet them at all times. They don't believe in putting their hands up and allow you to pull them out. They want you to dip down and hand down to them at all times. And you cannot continue like that. Get up off your behind. Find something to do. Be productive.
Yeah.
Things, neighbor. There's a saying that says, you don't get what you want, you get what you deserve.
Yes.
Right? And what I've seen with a lot of people is they have the ambition, but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to make the sacrifice to match the ambition. Because they will talk a good talk, you know. But you see, when it comes on to do the work, you won't find them in doing that. Because there's this thing where I said, everybody wants to be a champion, but nobody wants to do the work that gets you to the championship to then be a champion. Right? Nobody wants to make that sacrifice. And a lot of Jamaicans are very short term as well. If a man get a job, him just want to say, cool, him provide for this month, and him alright, him feel nice. Then him probably left the work. Then when whatever feeling gone, like a dopamine when him get nearby, him go splurge a 2-party, and then him realize, no, boom, reality is him broke. Him go do a little work on the side. Because as Scratchy say, no, them don't want formality. And I've seen time and time again, specifically males. Them say them don't want a man tell them what to do. But at the end of the day, you don't even have the discipline to respect yourself to get to the level of consistency and level of stability. That is it in a neighbor. We don't have a culture of self-respect because they say they respect themselves. But what is the degree of respect? Because if you respect yourself, you know, you won't accept every and anything. You won't stay in a state of I don't even want to say neutrality, but a state of being in park. Because the rest of the life is moving on, you know. Time goes by, the world moves. But if you respect yourself
you just allow yourself to be stagnant.
Yeah, if you allow yourself, neighbor, if you have that level of respect rather for yourself, it means you have to hold yourself higher than anybody else, you know.
Yes.
And that requires you to put in the work, to develop yourself, own your craft, be better than what you see. But enough of them just mediocrity mindset. And that is just the truth.
Okay, neighbor, we have a caller from YouTube.
We have a caller from YouTube. All right. YouTube, good night to you.
Hello?
We're hearing you, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, neighbor. Good night, neighbor.
Yes.
Good night, Scratchy. Good night, Scratchy. Have you taken the time out to notice that whenever a certain set of people call the program, because they cannot no longer say, we need a change, our time come, they start switch up the narrative and say that we need a third party.
Okay.
But anyway, neighbor,
yes,
Scratchy, in all these years of voting and elections in Jamaica, has there ever been a third party member of parliament?
Not that I can recall, sir.
So all this guy Sam Cook reincarnate as a change gonna come.
Well, as I said, sir, it's going to be. You see the way the politics in Jamaica has emerged since independence, sir. You see, maybe if Mr. Golding had stuck with the NDM, because the NDM had some very good ideas.
Yes.
By now, they probably would have eked out a seat here or there. Because look at what is happening in the United Kingdom, sir. The Reform Party is now the preferred party to lead Britain at the next election, ahead of the Conservative and ahead of Labour. And that is something. But Britain is a multi-party democracy. Jamaica is a two-party democracy, and I don't see a third party emerging in Jamaica anytime soon and overtaking any of these two.
It's a long shot. And again, the next thing with this gentleman, I don't really pick on him too much, The one name, no brain or no hair, that way name, no face. I'm saying that look, he's suffering something of the sort. What about the art schools and so forth that the government implemented for them to go? You see, as Scratchy was saying that people can cook. A man can boil the best coconut soup, but they cannot prepare a medium rare steak.
Yes.
Because they don't go to school for that. Yes, we can cook, but we can cook Jamaican dishes. You have to go to heart and get a variety so you can know what. You have to know how to use a thermometer. You cannot taste the meat to test if it cook.
Yes. You can't put the spoon in your mouth.
No. You understand? So they need to learn these things, get creative, man. Start doing something, man. Because most of these people believe in the back then politics. Right? They expect a politician. Andrew and his organization is supposed to make Jamaicans' life better. What must they do? Take all the expenditure, all the money, and just dish it out, and it out. Say, here, see it here.
Yes.
It's not making sense. Everyone is calling for better, and nobody. How many people is still trying to farm?
Farming?
Yes. How many?
Well, sir, look at the amount of land we have in the country.
The generation these days, if they don't drop, them and not touch ground.
If they not drop, them and not touch ground.
And they hardly a drop. So you know that go.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, Neighbour, I just call in to make them 2 points, but I appreciate the show, I appreciate what you do, and
yeah, man,
it's a good look. It's a good look, man. Keep it going, man. Keep the fire burning, man.
All right, listen to this.
A dibby leader that we are putting forward. We are putting forward Michael Manley reincarnated.
That's a dibby leader, right?
Mark Golding is Michael Manley reincarnated. I mean, this has got to be AI. If somebody send this to me, I don't know if it's AI.
In the same breath, I think I was hearing that video live when he was talking that thing.
It is
so
not.
Put in.
Mark Golding.
It's not AI. It's not AI.
You have to remember the DBDB part. That's how it started, and it was factual because I was listening them on that stage talking that thing,
Oh.
I make a post and said, "What DBDB leader is this?"
We are putting forward Michael Manley reincarnated.
Oh, wow.
Michael Manley. I didn't know that. You see, I mean, the PNP must have the best Obeah in Jamaica. They
Yeah.
must have the best Obeah. They dig up Michael Manley out of the grave and put him in a not AI, it's reality, and put him in a Mark Golding. Mark Golding is Michael Manley reincarnated. Listen a little bit more of the this.
The second coming of Michael Joshua Manley.
The second coming of Michael Manley. You see, and you know something, sir. It's a good thing they never elect him.
I tell you.
They never elect Michael Manley.
Yes.
You know, it's a
Reincarnate.
Manley second reincarnation was not re-elected because what a destruction he was.
Mm-hmm. We would have gotten some more asbestos pipe from Cuba that kill a lot of Jamaicans when we didn't have the technology to find the cause of death.
Yes. Didn't know
that was unknown. All Jamaicans die on the Michael Manley hand, and nobody knows that because the asbestos pipe that he took from Fidel Castro, Fidel was dumping them, and he took them to the country. A lot of people don't know about these things, you know.
Well, yes, I know about the asbestos pipe, sir.
Also, the Jamaica telephone company, when he sold it, they don't remember Michael Manley sold that company.
Yes.
And get a consultant job afterwards with the same company.
Anyway, thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome, man. Have a good one.
By the way, I tell you something. The PNP they're clownish, you know. They are very clownish. Clones they are. Michael Manley reincarnate. Listen to Dayton Campbell. Listen, somebody send this to me.
It's not an activity leader that we are putting forward. We are putting forward Michael Manley reincarnated. The second coming of Michael Joshua Manley.
This has to be a comedy.
We're putting forward an intellectual giant. Make welcome over the next Prime Minister.
Michael Manley, get up. Go to Parliament. Hi, Joshua Manley. I tell you the truth. Obeah man, they are Jamaica in a pure Obeah man. They raise up Michael Manley. Anyway.
Happy show party,
sir. Take care of yourself, Mr. Weir. Is Jason.
Yes, neighbor. Have a good night, yeah?
Respect to you.
Yes, man. All right. Thank you.
Contested the last election. I didn't even know that. I didn't know. By the way, did you know that, callers? Did you know that it was Michael Manley? I didn't know at all. What a precke. Michael Manley reincarnate come go run election in Jamaica. Then why the Labour Party never take up Siaga? We don't take up Mr. Siaga. Boy, I tell you. In Scratchy. Scratchy.
We did, Neighbour.
What happened to the Labour Party of the man? They can take up Mr. Siaga.
This Andrew Michael Holness.
Yes, okay. Boy.
It's a PNP neighbor.
Yeah.
PNP have a fixation with Manley in a neighbor.
Can you imagine? Yes. Then you're a PJ.
Exactly. And my grandfather tell me a long time, neighbor, so Michael Manley had a whole wicked and lie this man per earth.
Oh boy.
My grandfather tell me, neighbor, say, Michael Manley visit one of them African country there. I'm going to one flea market, go buy one rod. And come back, come tell the people about Selassie give me the correction. And me say, Rasta turn PNP. Yes. And I run up and down about Joshua. My grandfather tell me a long time, neighbor, say Michael Manley are the biggest con man.
Yes.
You have your clothes on Michael Manley till you say you're naked and you believe.
Yes. Why? Then dig him up.
Biggest con man Jamaica ever say. First con man them saying in Jamaica was Michael Manley. Flea market, him go African neighbor go buy the rod. $2 US and come back about Selassie give me the correction. That's why PNP actually use a playbook the pan web to this day. Michael Manley playbook, them always run to Michael Manley playbook, neighbor. Always run to it, neighbor. But this guy, what them have right now, neighbor, it's not no reincarnation of Michael Manley, neighbor.
Yes.
This guy's not no reincarnation of Michael Manley, neighbor. This guy's an object failure, neighbor. I don't even know this guy is no reincarnation. There's no other person like this guy right now. I don't even know if a God make that man the brother you will lead the PNP right now. Because I think God could have make a man so without conscience.
All right, let's go to Gary. Gary, good night. Hello, Gary.
Blessings, neighbor.
Blessings to you, sir. Hi.
How you doing, man?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well myself.
Yes.
Here, trotting in the streets.
Uh-huh.
All right. I don't know if you were tuning to the parliament today, or but it's Mr. Newell from St. Mary was presenting.
No, I didn't watch. You had the government ambassador Marks.
Right. So I was at a location at that point in time. I didn't get to listen to Miss Marks in her entirety, but I was tuning in on Newell for a minute.
Uh-huh.
And whilst I was listening to him, he made some comments that Matthew needed to clarify. So he stood on a point of clarification, not a point of order.
Yes.
Right? And there was some disruption and some sort of comments in the background coming in from the medical project that is in our parliament.
The what?
The medical project that is in our parliament.
The medical project in the parliament?
Yes.
No, I didn't hear about that, sir.
Yeah. So the medical project, I call Nikisha Birchall a medical project because she seems like somebody that is being worked on continuously.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Oh my.
So I heard she made some sort of a comment that saying that standing orders will kill you guys next week.
Uh-huh.
And ever since this lady entered the parliament, I'm wondering why she's reminding the people of Southern St. James so often that they have made a mistake.
You are from that constituency?
No.
You don't think that you think the people made a mistake, sir?
No. I mean, even if the people don't think they make a mistake, she's telling them every day, every Tuesday and every Wednesday, and when she gets an opportunity, she reminds them that they make a mistake.
Why you say that?
Have you ever seen any parliamentarian act the way Miss Birchall?
I have not.
Okay. I can tell you, I don't have a minute for Dr. Dawes, and I think he's one of the worst person in the parliament. However, Miss Birchall and this lady from St. Catherine, what's her name? Miss Garvey. They are the two most disgusting people in our parliament today.
Uh-huh.
And whatever needs to be done to get rid of them out of the parliament to return the quorum to the space, it needs to be done. If it means that their leader, Mark Golding, who is not far behind them, needs to go, that needs to happen. These people make the way they carry themselves in the parliament, it's not fitting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yesterday when Mark Golding walked out of the parliament, I was laughing because it's like I was expecting this thing, because there is no way that he was going to get what he was asking for.
Absolutely, because he knows the agenda of the parliament.
Precisely, and he knows the agenda of the parliament. One, he knows the standing order. Second, and there are certain things that are just conventions. They don't have to be legislated, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a simple thing. I've been listening to radio for a while, and I've always heard that once a matter is sub judice,
yes,
you don't discuss it in the public.
Correct.
And the FLA is contesting the findings or the report of the Integrity Commission.
Yes, sir. The matter is before the court. Yes.
Right. So why would you want to put that in the public space to ventilate whilst the court is deliberating? Don't. As a lawyer, and for some reason, I think Mark Golding think that he's the only lawyer with a brain in this country.
Well, and for Parliament to have done that would be a very serious ethical breach.
Precisely.
Yes, you can't have the highest decision body in Jamaica acting in a way that is so flagrant.
Precisely.
Which is what the House Leader is saying, and I don't know the details of the case, but I think that is just fair.
I mean, as a matter of law, and I just say ethics, nothing is wrong. The same privilege was granted to Ian Hill.
Yes.
In spite of what the judge would have said in his or her summation, it's either here or there.
Correct.
Because the judge's statement stated that Parliament has the right and the discretion. We always use our discretion in whatever it is that we do. The sensible thing to do is to keep the matter out of the public sphere, and that is what was done.
Yes, and when that matter is adjudicated by the court, then the Parliament can table the bill. What is the rush?
I mean, I know what they are rushing to, because to them it's a scandal, and they need to call a press conference and discuss this extensively in front of the people with some unintelligent people who don't understand, who will speak about the right hand today, and the next day they come and talk about the left in the same manner. I don't understand these people. It is better they stay away from the media and go and try to fix the issues that they are having in your party. Try to get some good candidates in the Parliament to take on the quality that is on the Jamaica Labour Party side. I never know that I would reach a point in Jamaica where I would say I miss PJ Pattis as the leader of the People's National Party.
You miss PJ, sir?
95% of who represents the PNP today could not represent under PJ Pattis' leadership. Could not.
What you saying to me?
95% of who represents the PNP today could not represent under the PJ Pattis' leadership.
You are no fan of PJ, but you are saying that.
Precisely.
My God.
He would have gotten rid of all them. First thing, PJ is a man he wasn't the most, I would say now, he wasn't the most honest of politicians. And he don't like people who speak too much, and especially when you speak garbage. Yeah, so he wouldn't want those people around him. And that is what you have in the PNP now. A whole lot of people speaking garbage, day in, day out. The thought process is, I don't understand how these people think. I hear every...
Go ahead, sir. Okay.
Body.
No, he's on a call. So we're gonna have to.
You hear me, neighbor?
Yes, sir. Wrap for me, please. Wrap up, Gary. All right. Let's go. Yes, sir. I'm hearing you. I'm not so sure what's happening here. Honeybee.
Hello.
Go ahead, Honeybee.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today, I heard a lady say it was a rebroadcast of a program, and I was listening. And you know what she said today? I don't know what's wrong with PMP. Them just disturbed me. It was like she said, how can a man that when he left school he had student loan and own a house value 1.5 billion Jamaican dollars? I said, what's wrong with that? I said, what is wrong with that? It's as if because they have this handout mentality, they expect everybody to remain the same. Because I know a young man, Neighbour, right now did not finish high school. And Neighbour, that young man started by working in his uncle's business, selling car parts, right? and he started his own business there. He's doing that. His business has grown, and he gone into real estate. This young man now owns 7 houses in Jamaica. 7 houses. He's a landlord. And from those 7 houses, he lives in one, and he's collecting over $1 million per month from tenants. From tenants. Because and he flip houses. So if you buy one and don't see that he can make a certain amount of money from it in rent, he will just pick it up and sell it back. Because the ones that he rents, he has more than one tenant there. Because he remodeled them and do all kind of stuff. And that young man did not finish high school. But he did not make that stop him. Back to art. The young people, I don't understand why they don't take up art. When I went to art, because I love flowers, so I said I wanted to do flower arrangement, and I went to art. You know, there was a classmate having at art was 81 years old, Neighbour.
81?
81 years old. And when we finished that program, and we did our final exam, she said to me she's doing cake, because she always bake Christmas cake. She said, I'm doing cake making and decorating, you know. So what? When I went back and did event planner level 4, Neighbour, we were in the same class again. So when they're gonna say that nothing is going on, because they're looking for somebody to come and give them something. When the handout situation in Jamaica, at this point it's over. So get up and go and find something and do. My mother just said, go look some road for sweep or look some dog teeth for clean.
Or look some what?
Dog teeth for clean. Because that's big business now. Because everybody wants a little house dog. So just look something for do. Because there's things to do. But they don't want to work. And they don't like order. I hear a young lady say she not go work in a hotel because she not clean up after a white man. That's what they said. And then you to see me now and ask me if me can make you up for buy something, you lie. I'm not giving you. No, I only, if you're a person that is going to work and you say to me, you know, I'm short, I have no problem.
Yes.
And if you ask me when you're going to work, you know, could you help me to make up to buy something for lunch? No problem. But if you sit on your ass, I'm so sorry. I tell one lady one day when she stretched out her hand, I say, you know what? It's shame make I don't stand up beside you. What you mean? You're so pretty? Me say, exactly. Go and work. That's my viewers. They just get on top of my nerve. I don't understand when they're going to say nothing is going on and they want this and they want that. Because that entitled behavior, remember I said to your neighbor that Mark Golding feel a sense of entitlement, like Jamaica belongs to him and he must get what he wants. That's the same behavior he portrays today in Parliament. The exact behavior. And that reconstructed dolly they have in Parliament, I don't know what is our problem. And not the good kind of dolly. She was spoiled. Excuse my language. I don't know what is our problem. How does Wavell Hines, I keep asking what is his qualification. How does he get in Parliament?
Well, ma'am, I don't even know if it's about qualification so much than the guy just sounds out of it.
Neighbor, you went into contribute to the debate. You didn't prepare questions and some form of anything at all. You didn't prepare anything at all. You just went in there, somebody write a script for you. Just like the 2 budgets ago when the leader of the opposition went in there doing, I don't know what he did, a budget that Peter Bunting write. And he didn't have a clue what he was saying either. And then walk out because he was talking crap. And then Peter Bunting come into the Senate saying finishing the budget. These are the type of foolishness they go on with in Parliament. They're treating Parliament like it's some. You know, when you're on lunch break in the schoolyard and you're disruptive and don't have any behavior, that's how they behave. That's exactly how they behave. They need this. I don't know. They just make Parliament distasteful. When you're watching Parliament now, you're just looking for the next foolishness coming from the opposition side. And how can the people's business conduct that way? But the situation is they're trying the delay tactics to delay everything. And they're trying, another thing they're trying to always to see if they can get on the Mrs. Holness skin, the Speaker of the House.
Well,
that's what they're trying to do. But I'm happy that she hold our ground and let them have it when they need to.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Honeybee.
Okay.
Well, Scratchy and Harry, we have 10 minutes to wrap this.
Before we go, we have Donovan.
Donovan, good night to you, sir. Hello? Donovan? No, he's not here. Harry?
And we also have Orchid.
Orchid has been with us for a while. Hi, Orchid, you still there?
And that's Walker.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still here. Harry, you there?
Neighbor, yes,
Go
I'm
ahead.
still here.
Go ahead.
All I can say, neighbor, we have a serious problem in this country. I don't know. I hope to God that some change come and the people will just try and do better. And, just wake up, because I think a lot of them are sleeping. I don't know why, under God's name, they think that the behavior, their mindset, the way of thinking is just acceptable. Like somebody said earlier, it's they have an entitled behavior. I don't know if we will ever change. We just have to pray to God that they come to their senses and just try. Start back from baby stage. Try and do better. I don't know if we have to beat them, teach them, hold their hand, lead them. Whatever we have to do, we just have to try, because it's sickening.
Yeah.
It's really, really sickening, and it's getting worse. And as for the behavior in Parliament, I cannot believe that adults who claim to be educated behave in that manner. And I just cannot. Neighbor, it is bothering me. It is bothering me. I wish somebody could explain why these grown adults go in Parliament and display the behavior that they're displaying.
Okay. All right. Scratchy? Okay. All right. I think Scratchy.
That's right.
Yes, Scratchy. Land display for us tonight, no? With all that is happening in Jamaica, Mark Shields suggesting that he'd rather be in Jamaica. Golden storming out of Parliament. The sectoral debate continues. A lot happening in Jamaica, Scratchy, but we have to remain focused, eh?
Definitely, neighbor, man. We have always remain focused, neighbor. Keep your eyes on the prize. Don't be distracted by the PNP, neighbor, Mark Golden and his minions, neighbor, and them surrogates. Jamaicans, well-thinking Jamaicans, just continue to stay focused. We are at a very critical stage, neighbor, of our future, neighbor. And if we should miss this mark, neighbor, as my granny would have said, neighbor, dog, nyamusapa, neighbor. Because if we don't get it right now, neighbor, I can definitely tell you, neighbor, that we would not get it right again, neighbor, for another 30 years,
Yes.
So our next generation of behind us, our children and our grandchildren, neighbor, will definitely grow up, neighbor, living a much more harder life compared to what we face, neighbor, as a result of the persons behind before us, or who were leading our country at that time, neighbor, not getting it right, So we're a critical point, neighbor, in our stage, neighbor. And the government, neighbor, knows that, and Jamaica alone know that, neighbor, and he's trying his utmost best, neighbor, to make sure, neighbor, that he get things done right, neighbor. And well thinking Jamaicans just need to rally around the government, neighbor. And as I often say, neighbor, government alone cannot do it, neighbor.
Correct.
And a lot of the setbacks that we're seeing in Jamaica right now are persons' mindset based on the amount of money that the government is spending, based on the amount of projects that the government is saying is doing, neighbor. Why are so many Jamaicans still lacking behind, or why there are so many things still lacking behind, neighbor. And my answer to that, neighbor, is that because Jamaica have a lot of what we call businessmen and women, neighbor. And sometimes, neighbor, I tend to attack them and chastise them in a certain way, neighbor, because these so-called businessmen and businesswomen in Jamaica, neighbor, who have the financial strength and the financial means, neighbor, to do a lot of stuff, neighbor. These guys is either they don't have certain ideas, neighbor, or even if they do have ideas, neighbor, they garner their wealth, neighbor, under a system, neighbor, where they got so many curry favor, where they got to bypass so many things, neighbor, taxes, they got to bypass taking things off of the wharf, neighbor, and they got so accustomed to that type of way of doing business, neighbor, that right now in time Jamaica is prime to do business from a professional standpoint, neighbor. They don't want to invest their money, neighbor. And that is my biggest problem that I have with Jamaica right now, neighbor. Government alone is doing too much. And a lot of the things that Jamaica government is doing, neighbor, are private people, neighbor. Yes, neighbor, I know we talk about the urban center, neighbor. We say yes, the urban. Well, neighbor, government have no business in building that urban center, neighbor.
That is so true.
A private man should go take up himself and go build that, neighbor. So
And make tons of profit off it. Because the fact of the matter is that now the government have to be operating it.
Government have to be doing these things, neighbor, because the private sector is not stepping up, neighbor. We have some wealthy Jamaicans who sit on the level of them wealth to them have, neighbor, and they don't want to invest in the country. And it's not that the country is not prime for growth, neighbor. The country is prime for growth.
Yes, sir.
But these guys garner them wealth, neighbor, from the previous administration that they love and admire and support, neighbor, was through nepotism and cronyism, neighbor.
Yes, sir.
And the bypassing of taxes and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, a lot of things, neighbor, that is going on, neighbor. Government have no business in these things, neighbor. Government should be focused on the economy, neighbor. Government should be focused on making sure that schools are in the proper state, schools funding go towards education, neighbor. But government has to be deviating and trying to balance, neighbor.
Yes.
Trying to spread the love all across the length and breadth to make sure that every single sector, neighbor, is left with something to breathe. And then no other sectors, neighbor, fall behind because they're not getting the amount of feed that they're supposed to get. It's because the private sector, neighbor, and persons who consider themselves to be wealthy Jamaicans, neighbor, look at a lot of the buildings, a lot of the investment that was going on in Jamaica, neighbor. It's not Jamaicans that do it, neighbor. It's persons outside. So I can't see, neighbor, our man living outside my country, neighbor, can see, say, all right, a piece of land here, there's a 40 years now, neighbor. And him can come put to a hotel, neighbor, come put something up on there and it become profitable.
Yes.
And we have businessmen and businesswomen, neighbor, who are born Jamaicans, who have to see these lands and them a baby and them know them a man. And cannot see the reason, neighbor, for invest in these things, neighbor.
Yes.
Jamaica is a wealthy country. But the only problem with Jamaica, neighbor, why Jamaica is not in the situation where we like to see it, neighbor, because a lot of the wealth, a lot of the funds that is being generated in Jamaica, neighbor, it is not kept in Jamaica, neighbor. A large percentage of that fund is sent back out of the island, neighbor, because these guys are foreign investors, neighbor. They live in foreign countries and overseas countries, so they take back a majority of the profit back out of the country.
Yes.
And that is taken away from the country, neighbor, advancing to its true potential. So my plea tonight, neighbor, is to the Jamaicans, neighbor, who have a certain level of financial strength.
Yes.
Find ways and means to invest in our country, invest in our people, and our people must also invest in themselves as well, neighbor. Because the biggest asset to a country, neighbor, is its human capital, neighbor.
Absolutely.
And to be fair, and we're going to be totally honest, neighbor, we are lacking when it comes to a
human development. Absolutely, Scratchy. Scratchy,
yes,
do you know how many people we have over on YouTube, sir?
How many, neighbor? Tell us.
Boy, the numbers on YouTube are more than thrice that of TikTok, you know.
Yeah, but YouTube, neighbor, one of the biggest, one of the best things, neighbor. So a lot of persons take on to YouTube, neighbor. A lot of persons like YouTube, neighbor. And again, neighbor, we are saying good news. I know good news are just like good food, neighbor. When you can smell good food, it's like you can smell good food from a distance.
Yes.
So people know good news from a distance, neighbor.
Yes, so. No. The growth there is impressive. Scratchy. As a matter of fact, and I will tell you this. I have there are several traditional media on YouTube now with their programs live, and we're beating all of them.
Neighbor, it's all about what I get to understand, neighbor. Persons like when they're hearing a certain message, neighbor. Persons, and all of us are sending them same message. But if you look across TikTok, neighbor, if you look across the world of social media, neighbor, it's the same message. If you look at out of our parliament, it's the same message, neighbor, is being sent, but it's the delivery. is the style, neighbor, that you put it with, neighbor, or you package that message, neighbor.
We say we.
All right, it's the way how we package it, neighbor. We get the same information that everyone has, neighbor, but we package it a totally different way, neighbor, and then we put it out there, neighbor. And the way how we put it out there, there's a lot of persons, neighbor, who can relate to it, neighbor, and like it. It come out more, connect to them more than how traditional media connect with them, neighbor.
Yes, Scratchy, because we have almost 600 people on YouTube watching us now. That's a tremendous growth for the channel, Scratchy.
Neighbor, for a little politics program, neighbor, and a social media platform talking about politics, neighbor, and to have 600 people on a social media
That's
platform.
a lot of people, you know.
That is not nothing small, neighbor. That's a big deal, you know.
Yes.
That's something to feel proud and something to be good boy, you know.
Yes.
So I think again, but it all come back down to the message, neighbor, because if the message wasn't connecting, neighbor, these 600 persons, neighbor, you look at the time now, they would have gone sleep. They would have stayed up trying to listen to what you're saying and stuff like that, neighbor. So we just have to keep up the good work.
Yes, Scratchy, and our videos. As a matter of fact, the almost 600 people watching now does not tell this full story now, because I am sure that when we close the video, it will show close to 2,000 people who would have watched since the start of the program on YouTube.
Definitely. Big me and neighbor for a little small platform like this, neighbor, without any formal financial strength, neighbor.
No backing at all. Well, except the listeners.
Yes, without any strength, financial backing, neighbor. Without any real big money being put into any form of production, neighbor.
Yes.
You know, without any endorsement, neighbor, from any opposition leader, any government member, certain level, neighbor.
Yes.
For if you look at all the other politics platform, neighbor, a lot of them get endorsement in the neighbor.
Oh, they do?
Yes, neighbor. We got our good friend over the other side who suffer from some form of illness, neighbor, mental illness, not to brag. No, and I want to make this clear. I sympathize with persons who suffer from mental illness.
Yes.
So don't come attack me tomorrow, sir. You know, if you look at his platform, neighbor, the opposition leader is always over there, neighbor, giving him that form of strength, you know. Other members of the PNP is always over there giving him that kind of strength, neighbor, you know. So you look at Eve now, a good friend again, neighbor, elusive.
Do you think this is gloating, Scratchy? Do you think this is gloating?
No, neighbor. I don't see my grandmother always tell me, neighbor, that never dim your light for anybody, neighbor. Never dim your light. When your light is shining, neighbor, let it shine, because when the bulb ready for blow, neighbor, it's gonna blow.
Yes.
Make use of your light. It's not gloating, neighbor. This is. Let me tell you about social media, neighbor. Social media, neighbor, is all about, you notice no matter about the name likes, neighbor. You have all about likes and popularity, neighbor. So it's all about social media is run off of numbers, neighbor. So you see, the moment you reach a certain level, neighbor, it is not gloating, neighbor, if you're talking about your success. Don't ever think that. Don't ever think that, neighbor, your success or our success, neighbor, is something that we should talk about, neighbor. And that is why Jamaica is in the situation where it's in a neighbor. Because a lot of persons, neighbor, are afraid to talk about their success, neighbor, because of jealousy, because of envy, and because of bad mind. And that's why no matter what is going on in the country, neighbor, no matter who you go to and ask him what go on, he might tell you nothing not go on. Because a man will never tell you the truth or to make you have any idea of what is going on, neighbor. So
yes.
So I know it's not gloating, neighbor.
Well,
and any persons out there who might see it as gloating, just take the beam out, just try to look on the thing from a different angle. Don't see it as gloating, because when time neighbor, when time the broadcasting commission put out who's the lead in this and who's the lead in that, neighbor, it's not gloating, neighbor. They're highlighting and letting persons feel appreciated, neighbor. These are the things that will make you feel appreciated. You as a host, when you know, say you have 600 people over YouTube and 300 over TikTok listening to you, neighbor, it's not gloating, neighbor. This is something that will motivate you more, you know, to make you want to be better, to make you want to do better, neighbor. To know, say, yeah, I tell you already, neighbor, it's a little, you reach a celebrity star. You're not join line when you go KFC, neighbor.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't need to join the line of KFC, neighbor. Just let them know for them see you.
Yes.
I don't think you need to join any line, neighbor. Right now, neighbor, you're right up there with George Davis, neighbor.
Really? No. I joined my line.
No, I'm not talking in terms of them being a journalist or whatever, neighbor. In terms of your popularity, neighbor, you're very popular. Nobody don't know me looking up. But you are very popular, neighbor. You are someone, neighbor. I can definitely tell you that when you go across Jamaica, neighbor, I can know that a lot of persons are shouting out your name.
Yes.
A lot of persons are saying, neighbor, hello, neighbor. So, neighbor, you have to just understand who you is, neighbor. Understand that you come on a platform, neighbor, where you manage to reach a certain level. And you do it naturally too, because when you come, this wasn't an aim.
Not at all. Yes, absolutely true.
Yeah, I know when you just come, so this wasn't an aim, and you're not looking any form of clout or looking any form of popularity.
No, sir. Not
so
at all.
It just come natural, neighbor. That's how popularity and fame come naturally.
It has come without me. And you know, as a matter of fact, I was talking to the moderator today, and she was telling me that, you know, I'm very highly regarded. And I was saying, you know, I don't even see it like that. I believe me, sir. Sometimes I forget that I'm even on screen talking to people. I don't even remember that I am.
You're highly regarded.
That I'm on screen.
A lot of persons look up to your neighbor. A lot of persons anticipate you coming on by a certain time, neighbor. And again, neighbor, it's all about message is good, neighbor. But we all know, neighbor. My grandmother always tell me again, neighbor, that 75% neighbor for how anything going in your life is all about appearance, neighbor. Appearance plays a very great role. And I mean, you put on your jacket, you put on your spectacles, and you come on.
No, I don't put on the spectacles, because if I take it off, I can't see you. I wear eyeglasses because I can't see
when
well.
You come on, neighbor,
No, but I've always been like this.
Yeah, you come on the audience a certain way.
I've always been like this.
Neighbor, and based on your appearance. So persons are going to take on to you, neighbor, based on your appearance and your presence. And the message again that you're sending, you know, if you look at even our moderator, Caroline, neighbor, a lot of persons take on to her, neighbor, because of also, neighbor, her presence as well, neighbor. Oh, eloquent to speak.
She's lovely. She's lovely. Yeah, I was telling you today that she was saying things of me that I didn't see of myself. You know, a lot of people don't know, Scratchy, that they see my face, but they don't know what the drive behind this platform is. Caroline, you know, Scratchy.
Neighbor, I can tell the audience this, neighbor.
It's Caroline build this, you know.
Neighbor, I can tell the audience this, neighbor. Caroline build all of us, neighbor, because sometimes, neighbor, and this is not no disrespect or nothing, neighbor, but sometimes when I see, when Caroline, you look at me, neighbor, and call me and say, Scratchy, you're not coming at me, I say, Caroline. And then Caroline, I said, no, Scratchy, you know these people want Caroline, let me see the thing totally different, neighbor, than I know me not see, because as I said, neighbor,
right, that is what I'm saying.
When I run down the hype, when I run down the fame, you know. But Caroline is one neighbor who tried to let us know that, listen up, it's not a matter Scratchy of being wanting to run down the hype or wanting to run down any fame. You know, you come across with certain information and people like your style of carrying over the information and people look forward to hearing you every night. So don't disappoint these people, because you know, neighbor, when I like disappoint people, you know.
And Scratchy, if it wasn't for her, I would have long packed this up. I'm not telling no lie. Listeners, believe me, tell you this. You see my face at night, but Caroline is the lady. Caroline, give her the bigger respect. No, Scratchy, we mustn't spread roses when people are gone. She has been.
No, neighbor, we have to give people them glory, and she's so humble, neighbor. Right
she's
now,
so humble.
Right now, behind the scenes, she's crunching right now, and I said, why are we doing this, you know?
Yes.
You know? But we have to give her respect, neighbor. Caroline is the backbone of this platform, neighbor.
Yes, she is.
Caroline is a person, neighbor, who what I can say, it's basically three men, me, neighbor, and Harry. And you know, you guys, you know, as men, guys, we can be lack of basic sometimes, or you know, we can be a bit informal sometimes. It is Caroline.
I wouldn't even come on. I believe. Listen to me. I wouldn't even come on. I tell you the truth.
It is Caroline who keep that formality in line, you know. It's Caroline who pressure us and tell us that we have to do this. So we have to respect Caroline, and then neighbor, we have to big up Sheffreen as well. Because
I want to say to Sheffreen personally, because I don't know if listeners know that Sheffreen is right now behind the scene there, making sure that the technical part of this is okay. Think about Saturday's Scratchy. How Sheffreen held down the technical part and made that thing look so professional and so smooth. Fantastic, girlie.
Yeah, man, I want Sheffreen to know that she's an amazing person, man, and I want Sheffreen to know that we appreciate her and we respect her, we love Sheffreen no matter what. You know, I know sometimes, you know, we might see things from a different perspective, but despite seeing things from a different perspective, having different opinions and stuff, no bad blood, no love lost. It's all love. We are one team, neighbor. Me, you, Caroline, Harry, Sheffreen, we are one team, neighbor. And a lot of persons might not even know this. I mean, you can't stop me if I go too far, neighbor, but we have intense meeting, neighbor, during the days, neighbor, to carry out these programs, neighbor.
Yes.
Sometimes we're on the telephone for 2-3 hours.
Yes.
You know, I plan out the schedule, neighbor, because, I mean, we have 5 individuals, neighbor, who have 5 different personality, and sometimes we make the program work, neighbor.
It is important that the listeners understand that it is the politics plus team. Although they see me come on at 7 o'clock, but there is no day that there is not a program that is planned out. There's a team chosen. We go over all these things behind the scene, man. And I think that's the way to do.
We do a lot behind the scene, neighbor, man. We do a lot behind the scene, man. So that's why sometimes, guys, when time you might hear Scratchy come, I will say, guys, we can't donate to the donate, guys, because let's be real now, I'm can reason from a real living now.
Yes.
As I'm saying, neighbor, there's time when I just take on myself, neighbor, because I have to do what I have to do. 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, I am not here.
Yes.
Harry might be the same, neighbor, but sometimes you are here, neighbor.
Have to turn up at 7 every night.
Neighbor. And sometimes, neighbor, I can come on, neighbor, and say my little part and jump off and gone.
Yes.
You don't have that privilege, neighbor.
Have to sit here for the 3 hours.
You have to stay here until the program finishes. So I think, neighbor, it is, I don't know if unfair is too strong of a word. Unfair might be too strong, neighbor. But I think, neighbor, sometimes it will make sense. Sometimes if you're here for 4 or 5 hours, this is a platform where we have a lot of persons in the diaspora. So we can't make the thing look so shaky. So sometimes I will say, come on, guys, man, donate to the Zelle, donate to the Cash App, donate to the e-transfer. I just to show appreciation, neighbor. To know that someone take 5 hours out of day, 2-3 hours before we prepare for the program.
Oh, yes.
And then take 5 hours, come sit in front of a screen, neighbor. Wanting to use the bathroom, sometimes you might have to hold it right there.
Yes.
So nobody knows.
Yes, sir.
Up your toe and step on your big toe for hold it in.
Nobody
don't know what's going on, neighbor.
Yes.
So you still don't
plus all of them clothes where weird scratch you have to wash and iron.
Yes, plus you don't show it on your face, neighbor. No matter how displeased you might be, neighbor, and unpleased you might be at a moment, you don't show it on your face. You still come on this screen and you put on a smile and you make the thing work for everybody, neighbor. And again, I correct me if unfair is too strong. You make every one of us or a lot of these people, neighbor. Like you're the reason why a lot of them can go to bed peaceful at night, neighbor. Then listening to them nightly program alone, neighbor, them feel good, them hear neighbor talk. Neighbor don't just give information, neighbor come with certain little jovial part of the program to make you can laugh and you can smile. Man, guys, man, when you can, somebody can make you laugh and make you smile, man. When I tell you, you need to be a man to a man make you laugh. But you can, we can do something sometimes, guys.
Yeah,
man.
And right.
Even right now, man, guys, who can touch up the Zelle, touch up the Zelle. Who can touch up the Cash App, touch up the Cash App, man. And who can touch up the e-transfer and touch it up, guys, man. Dip in there and come up, man. I'm afraid of a place sometime, guys, man. Show me appreciation tonight to the platform, guys. Just do what you can do, guys. Anything, whether it's 5, 10, 15, or 20. I don't want to sound like I'm a beggar. I'm not begging. I'm just saying to you guys, just show your appreciation
Not a beggar.
to the platform. Because, well, guys, it take a lot. Show appreciation to the platform. I know also we have a lot of, you might say Scratchy live overseas, Caroline live overseas, Sheffrey live overseas, Harry, the Minister of Finance. It doesn't matter, guys.
It's not a joke. Oh, wonderful.
It's not a joke, guys, but you know,
Wonderful.
even though Harry is the Minister of Finance, he don't have full control of the budget, you know?
There's a massive shortfall, as a matter of fact. We have to go collect some tax, Scratchy. We have to go raise taxes.
There's a massive shortfall in the budget, guys. So, persons, man, sometimes, guys, it's collective, you know. It's a together, guys, team. Together, each achieve more, guys.
Yeah.
So look at this platform now. 244 persons on TikTok. How much on YouTube? So if you look at it this way,
almost
guys,
600.
and do it from a collective standpoint. Imagine if 30 people give $10. That's different than one man give $300, neighbor.
Yes.
It's collectively make it work, guys. So if you can do something, guys, man, I sometimes, neighbor, I don't know, neighbor, if it's the channels that we are using, neighbor, to solicit funds, neighbor. I don't know if a lot of persons are having challenge, neighbor, using these platforms, neighbor, because not to disrespect anyone or anything, neighbor, but I know that I know our audience is neighbor, so I don't know if these persons neighbor are not familiar with how to use the Cash App. I don't know if these persons neighbor are not familiar with how to use the Zelle. I don't know if these persons are not familiar with how to use the e-transfer and stuff like that. So I don't know, neighbor. I don't know how we will find out, but some other ways, some more easier way, neighbor, need to be crafted or something where persons can throw their donation and play their part, neighbor. Because I know, neighbor, that a lot of these persons here, neighbor, who listen and who are learning, neighbor, I know they want to help, neighbor. They want to. Sometimes it might be them kids who is in control of the account, and them kids might say, "Yeah, idiot, don't send neighbor no." Oh, kids don't do that, man. Make your mommy send a 10 or a 20, man. You know, pressure the thing. You know, a 1,000 or 2,000, you know. Or if your husband might say, "I don't want you to send nothing, go give neighbor." You know, just try to do what you guys can do, man. Because the platform is here, and the platform is reaching. You know, we're not charging for the information. The information is free. But we are just asking to just show a little level of appreciation for someone to come and sit here for 5 hours and prepare for the show for 2 hours, 3 hours, that's 8 hours, guys. And it is unfair to have someone use up 8 hours out of their day to come on something like this that they're not benefiting from a financial standpoint. I'm not saying that we need to pay every week, but whenever you can do a little thing, you let it count, man. I think tonight is Thursday night. Tonight is Wednesday going into Thursday morning, neighbor. Thursday market day. And anyone who can do something, man, do something, man. Do something, guys.
Well,
please and thanks. No disrespect to anyone, but we just ask you to just do something for the platform. Big plans coming, guys. So we need the help. We need the help. Don't watch the YouTube, guys. Don't say to yourself, the program is on YouTube now, neighbor them make money. The program is still young, guys. If you look at our subscription, we are a very young platform, same way.
Yeah.
Whatever monetization is there, it's not at a level where it can, you know, where we can say, all right, we're going to leave our viewers now and won't ask them for anything. But I can definitely guarantee you that whenever the program reaches that level, you won't be ever asked to contribute an cent to this platform. When the platform can stand on its own. But for the time being, it can't stand. It can't stand on its own.
Yeah.
So
and if I may say, you know, Scratchy, that Caroline has not only been the behind the scene person, but in terms of investment into where we are, she has stood with us. I must tell you that.
Neighbor, Caroline is exceptional, neighbor. That's all I would say, neighbor. That's my word for Caroline. Exceptional, superwoman, neighbor.
She is.
A woman, neighbor who despite her.
And frankly, you know, if she should be no more here, this platform would not be the same.
No, neighbor. If Caroline got a man in my gun too.
You got?
Yeah, neighbor. So, yeah, man. Caroline got a man in my gun too, neighbor. So I can say, neighbor, is that Caroline, neighbor, superwoman, neighbor, lady, neighbor, who, despite living outside of Jamaica, neighbor, still have an appetite for her country, neighbor. Still want to see her country advance and develop, neighbor. Still want to see her country, neighbor, and the Jamaica and the party that she supports, neighbor, be relevant, neighbor. And she will go above and beyond her call of duty, neighbor, to make sure that the message is out there.
Yes.
To make sure that the message reaches, neighbor.
Tremendous asset to the Jamaica Labour Party.
Tremendous asset, neighbor. And I want to touch on a point, neighbor, and I don't know if I should touch on it, but just bear with me. Tomorrow in the meeting we can talk about it.
Yes.
Any mishaps or any type of bad energies going on out there in regards to anything that happened to any of our other bloggers, we want you guys to understand and know that Politics Plus stand in solidarity with you guys. Politics Plus did not intentionally, I did not go out of its way and did anything to harm any of you guys. So whatever information is being spewed out there in regards to this platform, it is not truthful. You know, it doesn't serve us or serve the best interest. We have had some type of bad blood or bad energy before. We don't plan or don't want to ever go back down that road. We are all important on this platform. Each and every single one of us who is pushing the message of the government, we all have a very important role to play. And Politics Plus and every single one of us on this platform, we appreciate and we love and we respect every single thing that each and every one of you guys are doing. And we will never, ever try to do anything that will jeopardize, compromise, or put anybody platform in any form of disarray or any form of problem. So any pronouncement that is being made out there in regards to us, please know that that is not so. You know, there's a lot of persons who watch these things. Other persons can take upon themselves and take up to do things without us giving them that permission or saying to them, go do this or go do that. So, you know, anyone out there who's having any problem, before you try to jump to the media and create any problem, reach out to one of us, man. Reach out to our moderators, reach out to one of our moderators, and let's have a discussion. Let's have a talk where we can talk and fix this instead of trying to bring certain things out in the public domain to make things look a certain way or try to please the appetite of the PNP to let them think that the Jamaica bloggers are divided. As we are not. We love and we appreciate each and every single one. If you hear a man like me, I tell you that. So we love and appreciate each and every one of you. No competition around here. We want to see the one platform grow. We want to see the one platform reach its true potential. Each and every one of us have our own set of audience. Everybody have them own people who likes them. And we share an audience, we share a platform. And we just want persons to know that we respect and love you all. And there's no bad energy or bad blood from this side. And anyone at all out there who feel that something was done and politics plus is to be blamed, I ask that before you click a live and go blast and disrespect us, let's have a conversation like grown adults and let's see how best we can remedy the problem and fix it. That's what I have to say, neighbor.
Well, thank you for that. Of course, we want our listeners to know that the Zelle account is 954-635-8732. As a matter of fact, we're working on a little project. Because there are some things that have to change in the next couple of days for the program and the network. So we're asking you to help us with that. We have to do some changes to a lot of things here. So we're working on a little project. We ask you to chip in and send a contribution to help us offset the expenditures for the...
And the person who sends $15 to Western Union, just know that God is watching you.
$15 to Western Union?
Yeah, God is watching you, God. God is watching you. The person who sends $15 to Western Union, God is watching you, okay?
What is that?
I tell you, half your neighbor.
Yes?
Send $15 to Western Union, God is watching you.
Send you? Huh?
God is watching you.
They send you $15?
Yeah, but I said the person who sent $15 to Western Union, God is watching you.
Well, I don't know what that is, but yes. So listeners, we have a little project that we're working on. We are trying to see if we can make some changes down here. I don't know if you noticed that we have had to change our location. So where we are broadcasting from now is it's a different location we are at. So we need to improve a couple of things. So please, you want to be a part of this? No pressure on you. 954-635-8732. 954-635-8732. Do what you can. And we'll appreciate it. Harry?
Yes, neighbor.
Well, you've been listening quietly. Close us out now.
Well, you know, sometimes, neighbor, it's good to just take a step back and listen, taking out the things as well.
Yes.
And then, you know, you can position yourself as to how to add value. But you know, I want to thank every neighbor, right? Every person who has supported the program in the past, you know, the present, and those who will determine to do so in the future. You know, just want to thank them in advance, neighbor. Thank them for helping to maintain and to create this family and to keep us going. You know, we're just over a year strong and we're going really well. Irregardless as to what happened, neighbor, we're looking better. We're doing great things. Of course, you know, I want to thank the moderators as well, neighbor, who is also working there. You know, Blueberry, Damsel, Khadija, Keisha, and of course, Neighbour. I have a little favorite over there, the Neighbour, because over YouTube is normally me, Sheffreen, and wife style, you know. So
Yes.
wife style politics, big up. But the listeners' Neighbour, the neighbor rights are who keeps us here every day. You know, our how and our why every day to come out and deliver, no matter what happens, no matter how you feel, no matter what happened during the day. You know, persons are counting on each person here, each neighbor right to come and inform them, to come and give them that level of information so that, you know, they can be in the know, being that we have a large diaspora following Neighbour.
Yes.
They depend on us. Because of course, you know, if you're not here for a day, you know, boy, TikTok up on fire. You know, we have to answer some messages.
That is true.
And we have to come good to Neighbour, but it shows the level of dedication and appreciation from the listeners. And I want to thank them wholeheartedly. You know, the love from Politics Plus Network, deeper than the ocean for each neighbor, right?
Yes.
So it goes a far way. But of course, you know, the work continues, and we're always thankful for the support, always. But listeners, do hope everybody have a great night, you know, closing out the show, another successful night, another successful day. Of course, every day above ground, Neighbour, is a great day. So I want to always say that I will give God thanks no matter what happens, because everything is done through Him. The purpose for the program is here. He helps fuel it. And as such, just want to say everybody have a good night's sleep. You know, we do this tomorrow again. We're here with more news, more information. Of course, a lot more jokes from Neighbour people. So those are coming. And just keep supporting the program and have a fabulous one.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We'll catch you again tomorrow at 7 p.m. When we'll do this all over again. And of course, we know that you will join us then. Until then, thank you so much for staying tuned to the Politics Plus Network. Your host here, Hello Neighbour, thanking Blueberry Damsel, Khadija, Keisha, Wife Style Politics. Blueberry, thank you. Damsel, Khadija, Keisha, and Wife Style Politics. Everybody, Shafreen, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.